Hello, and
Does this song take you back? Does this take you back at all?
Hang on. What is this?
You love Curse Kelly Dog, Kyle.
I honestly never watched it a whole lot. It was kind of even as a kid, it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yes, we're going to Louisiana for this episode. We're going to talk to our good friend Louisiana Knight. Going to get died. Well, let me go ahead and get it right.
I don't know. Louisiana Knight sounds like a good name for a cowboy, if I'm being honest.
I've been looking for a little old lady to make into a granny stew. Somebody's birthday's today. Say, would you want to have to be a granny now, would you?
Because if you are, then you can come on down to the bayou. We got all sorts of things down in NOLA.
We got so gumbo cooking for you. We got lizard
Garoo
lips,
gumbo. We got
elephant feet,
vampire gumbo.
and
We got gumbo for days.
I
Please,
do like gumbo.
take the
onion,
gumbo, I swear.
celery, pepper. We gotta put that in every dish we make down here. Or what about do the occasion accent?
And don't forget to squeeze the snot out of that there okra, because that what makes the gumbo thick.
They don't talk about fast like this whenever they speak to you. They gotta catch what they say. You got to get down there the whole time. We'll get you alligator. God bless you for going down to Louisiana, Kyle. You look at his spices off.
What?
Say bon.
Come on down to pre-Katrina NOLA, because this is before the hurricane.
Doors open this Friday, so come on down to the barbecuer. Oh shit! We also did a little. This is like the little update, like the shooting the shit bit, all the warm ups. Kyle, you saw that we did the character poll for Louisiana by Night. No, not Louisiana by Night. Fucking Ridge Coast, Los Angeles.
They want
when
Paris.
we finally get to doing it.
I'm a little sad.
Yeah,
I was excited to play Patty.
Well, at the same time, I think that might be to our benefit because I think we might have gotten a little thirsty making Porg.
You did. I was just excited to build that betrayal, but no, it's not going to happen now.
Well, also part of it too is that these are not my pictures. I'm not going to say who in the server sent this to them, but he was talking about how they're playing a fucking Hunter 5th edition game, and then Kyle, these are the honest to god pictures they made for their character. I posted in story notes.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Look
at this.
Fuck?
That dog, you are a sexual degenerate. If you're playing a character that is made to fucking turn you on and you're fucking ERPing in a Hunter the Reckoning game, what the fuck's wrong with you?
My question is,
It
why
is the
are you
unholy
ERPing in a
love
Hunter the
child
Reckoning
of
game?
Tumblr and Fur Affinity.
You're fucking doing this. Dog. If you want to make a character that you think is sexy, fine. But when you start making fucking thirst trap art in the server and shoving in people's faces in game, dog, that's a level of sexual degeneracy. This is the reason why I don't play D&D anymore, dude.
I don't know.
Keep your goblin opinions to yourself.
Last D&D game I
Good
played,
thing I never got into it then.
Yeah.
The last D&D game I played, we watched a bunch of yak folks slit the throats of children that they'd enslaved. Okay.
Well, the last time I played D&D, they fought a water demon and killed it and got a bunch of blue ice out of it.
See?
Now, this is the 2009 version that's already been released. If I click this and I get this going, yeah, here we go. Yeah, you were saying, Kyle?
Ow.
That's all right. It says that screech for a second and then it gets to the road jam.
Can we play this on YouTube?
Yeah, we can play this. It's never got released. Crank it lower.
It is.
So, yeah, we're going into Los Angeles by Night. Why I keep calling this Los Angeles by Night? It's L.A. and I get thrown off with a different kind of L.A.
We're going to New Orleans. We're going to New
Orleans. We're going to New Orleans.
We don't deal with Smiling Jack here. He's not in this scene. We ain't doing that. We're going down south to the land of Huey Long, where he got shot as a kingfish.
We're going down south where all these Nazis is hiding. And we're going to talk with Cuthbert Beckett, except Cuthbert Beckett is on the cover of this book, and yet he's not actually in the book.
Which is a damn shame.
They just wanted to use this art because it's good.
Yeah, this guy who's directly based off of Ozzy Osbourne and technically kind of sort of based off of Alucard from Hellsing. I'm just kind of like a chicken and the egg thing. I think Cuthbert Beckett came first. But they look almost identical, don't they?
A little bit, yeah.
You know what they also have on here? They have one of the Barons, the Loa spirit. This is, I think, an attempt to mimic Samedi.
Yeah, but this is before they really knew what they wanted to do with the Samedi. This is before they wrote the Samedi.
Well, this was before they knew what the hell the Loa were, because you're about to learn about hoodoo and voodoo from a bunch of white boys that know shit all about it.
It's coming from the Setites who aren't actually doing voodoo. It's just a blood bond.
Well, I mean, Setites, Haitian drug gangs, they're the same, aren't they?
Yep.
At least in this era.
The Setites in the book, at least during the.
Well, given all the fucking Haitians I've met in my life, and like the stories I've heard from CD friends I have, yeah, that's kind of shit you can expect.
Well, this book also introduces Ratkin.
It is. This is where I got the idea first. This first time
there are no.
Kyle.
Safe to say there are no Setites in this book.
There's one. There's a whole one.
There is an attempt.
And there's only one Setite, and that's
It's a misshapen gold star in Microsoft Paint that says your attempt.
Oh, here's something interesting. There's only one writer, but they had someone else specifically write more characters for this book. They didn't write the rest of the book. They only wrote the characters.
Yeah, this is written by Warren, Patricia, and Rochelle. Where I could not tell you what the fuck she's done. I've never seen her name before, and I'm probably never going to see it again.
Might have been a Louisiana local.
See, we got Patricia and Rochelle. She's on Amazon. She wrote, is this even her, or is this like a fucking Amazon wish list? She wrote Vampire Seas Darkness, which is actually just fucking... Nah, actually just the one only book she wrote. So that's it.
That's interesting.
The best part is that we've been playing the song the whole time, and Kelly hasn't heard a single lyric in it.
No, I'm not going to. And now, like, what do you got? Why are you even playing this?
I'm sneaking it in. If you get, it's this one never got released. This version never got released. You know who Rucker Ali is, right? Well, if you don't, he's a more funny version of Bertolank of it because he goes for a throat.
Yeah,
so
I
Frank Bash 2009.
I haven't.
What?
Yeah.
We're just trying to hype you guys up because this is one of the books of all time. One of the books of all time. No, not in that way. It's not that book of all time.
Yes. We're going to go into New Orleans. We're going to find Anne Frank in New Orleans. You ready for this, Kyle?
Well, before then, special thanks to the person who survived a White Wolf party, which I guess is like a Diddy party with all that baby oil.
Diddy party, as you know, the White Wolf did appear in the Epstein files.
Wait, what? No, you're making that up.
I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a bit.
You're making that
up. I am making that up. What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, Adam has a point. I would not be surprised if they were, but like
you have fucking Brian Callen, this man did rape those women, but he did like a sudden admission in that fucking Fire and the Kid episode, and he was talking about back in the 90s we were all doing this shit. Like we were all PDFs back in the 90s. Like no, you weren't.
No,
you just say that shit in the Fire and the Kid.
You're just telling on yourself.
Yeah.
I mostly remember episodes of TV that talked about why this wasn't normal or good, but okay, weird man.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that he's defending the Epstein files because he's trying to defend himself. He's guilty as hell of 4 different sex crimes. So
speaking of which, if we're talking about people guilty of sex crimes, so the person named Jeremy Hambley also defended this. He also has defended Epstein too, on at least one occasion. Probably because he gets really drunk and demands creepy things from his female co-hosts.
Kyle, he's been drinking on stream now. It's over. He's hit late stage alcoholic.
Wait, who asked?
Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into it. So we go into 2.0 by night. Yeah.
No, I said you mentioned he was drinking on stream. I'm saying, oh gosh, we're getting Ricada 2.0.
Yeah, we're getting everybody's.
How have you indoctrinated half the server into this fucking locale cult that you've made?
You see, Kyle, it's not unusual. There's Schadenfreude's normal thing to feel. You and Sean just don't get it.
Don't worry, Johnny's just Sedite farming. He's Sedite maxing. He's trying to induct you into the cult of the cow.
I should kill myself.
Let's go into this.
That could be arranged.
We go ahead and we go into the power structure, where the book begins, like the mood, the power structure, moral society. It gives you a summary of what's in the book before it actually goes into the book, which I do appreciate. If you have a TLDR, you just need to quickly throw something together for New Orleans, and you need to make this shit up as you go along, this is a good place to go, because we get introduced to a bunch of different groups that will never appear again in Vampire canon. The first one, of course, being the New Orleans Special Task Force, a group of human hunters that are disguised as cops.
Sort of like a proto
founded by a former ghoul, which they do use later on. They use the idea of a ghoul breaking free of the conditioning and hunting vampires. They do that before. particularly for Hunter the Vigil, they've done this before. I think they were called the Marian Heresy or something like that.
Well, Hunter the Vigil came after this in 2004.
Well, it did, but like they've done this before. This is just one of the first examples of them trying something to do with it.
This is where the idea first formed. I think that's I like the idea of there being a like police force task force where usually, Kyle, whenever you have a prince in a city in these books, they almost always control the cops. Here, that's not a thing.
Well, he does. Yeah, Marcel does control the normal beat cops usually.
But not these 16. For these. Yeah, 16 guys where one of these guys could pop up after you call them, and then, behold, your masquerade has been breached, and now we got a vampire facing final death.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Incredible.
And you can't bribe or dominate this guy because he's capable of resisting you, so you have to play politics with him.
You gotta play hardball, and you gotta lie your ass off whenever you talk to this guy. We also got the mention
given that this is Louisiana, this state is a pit of corruption. Huey Long was very corrupt, but he overthrew an even more corrupt machine. Then the Long machine got overthrown. It is the nastiest statewide political stuff. So this being dirty vampire, they should go together like pig and shit.
We're going to mention Katrina later in this episode, but Hurricane Katrina, it's going to sound bad when I say this, but no, I'm being real. Hurricane Katrina was entirely preventable. That was a massive disaster that could have been solved. If you know,
well, yeah, this is what happens when you have state, local, and federal just all dropping the ball.
The Netherlands faces these kind of floods all the damn time, but they have dikes built that prevent that kind of flooding from happening. So at any points, you could have solved this issue. You knew this shit was coming in advance.
Well, technically, it's that the levees were rated for, I think, category 4 or low 5, and Katrina was just above that. It also was neglected, from what I remember.
Yes.
And then, Kyle, you remember I've told you about B before, my friend who lives in South Charlotte?
Yeah, I vaguely recall.
He is from Louisiana, and he was in Louisiana during Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, geez.
Specifically around the New Orleans area.
So he saw all of it.
So what would be a really fun game to come to think of it would be the stories he told me about what it was like to be in Katrina right after it happened. Because he told me that he was on the second floor of a guy's house, water all around him, and he said he was armed with a shotgun, 2 guns, in a house with 2 handguns, and 8 other people. We only had 1 ceiling fan to keep them warm, keep them cool. Jeez. And he said that yes, there were raids and there were gunfights that were happening at night during that time.
Well, not only that, but keep in mind that that among the initial wave of aid, a lot of people just looted the shit out of the city by like robbing parts of it.
The way you told it to me, they slept in shifts where they had a guy at the windows with a shotgun in his hand, waiting for a guy to come and jump them. A lot of fun stuff. It sounded like he was talking about like a Fallout game more than anything else.
It basically was. It was apocalyptic.
Yeah, everyone dropped the ball. Federal, state, local. All of them screwed up.
I remember Gabriel Iglesias had a bit about that when he was like talking about George H. Bush Jr. And he was, talking about it's like, Mr. President, there's been so much going on in Louisiana. What are you going to do about Hurricane Katrina? We're going to find her, and we're going to bring Katrina to justice. We have every reason to believe that Katrina was working with Al-Qaeda. Katrina, they both start with a K.
You see that they're saying this, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, won't get fooled again. He's a big fan of The Who.
Yeah, I can tell he is.
I can tell you this, fellow Americans, that this is a matter of state and local authority. No, it isn't. It's the matter of federal. No, it is the matter of the state. No, it's the matter of local. No, it's the matter of the federal. No, it's basically a who's on first routine.
It got Bugs Bunny.
Who's on first?
It's ridiculous.
His ass got Bugs Bunnied. But
they spent so much time arguing over who had jurisdiction.
And you could say that the entirety of this book is now irrelevant because Hurricane Katrina would have swept the entire board clean.
It did.
In New Orleans.
It would.
Because that we have no Marcel, we have no Dutch, we have no, what the fuck was his name, Uriah?
Uriah, who is the greatest character ever made.
Well, Shanny, he might have survived. He might have.
He's tough.
Yeah, Uriah is most likely still alive.
We could have
Based
a
on what
new New Orleans by night, Kyle, where it's filled with marine gangrel.
I
And who
mean,
knows?
that is
Maybe they'll
entirely
actually talk
possible.
more about voodoo. They might actually talk about the actual studies of voodoo rather than just use it as a flavor to give the Setites their weird their weird cult
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a voodoo section in this book saying, like the Setites have a voodoo cult, but it's not voodoo. You're just blood binding people, and you're
Do
calling
they
it
even
voodoo.
know what the Loa are? Do they even know like any of the spirits, like Scimitar or
Certainly
No, they
Samedi
pretend
or
to
any
know.
of them?
Without a doubt, no.
And there was a
Don't
whole
bring it
section
up, then.
here, like Mary Laveau came in and she said, "Hey, these guys are leading you astray," and she chased him out, and she did so for 40 years, and then she died. And then her successor, Malvina Latour, did not know what a Setite was, and then the Setites took over the voodoo cult again, and now we've made no progress with this plotline. Amazing.
Which kind of makes this entire section pointless. Also, well, you got when you think of New Orleans, you got to think of Mardi Gras.
And we got this
I think that's the
whole
most
Mardi
they
Gras
got.
section where it's like it's 2 months of partying where you can go down as a vampire and it's easy food. Just go up and kiss somebody's neck while they're drunk, and then they won't even know what happened.
They also
Nobody's
mentioned the
paying-
Kindred crew, which they don't do anything with. There's no
Yeah,
point in mentioning it.
It's Toreador Art Clubs is what it is, where they work with the New Orleans Association of Musicians and Artists. It's all Toreador run, and the Toreador brought in the Malkavians with them to help run it, and then the Bruja got themselves involved, and now the Toreador have next to nothing to do with it anymore. It's almost entirely Bruja Malkavian.
So that's why they only do freeform jazz there.
Yeah, because the Toreador got pretty sick of freeform jazz and went off to Atlanta to invest in the Dirty South hip hop. It was the best investment they ever made.
It was.
You
Though
love
I will
Out-
say I
you-
do
you love
love New
Outkast,
Orleans
Kyle.
jazz.
You love Andre 3000.
No, I like New Orleans jazz.
And then going into it, it's also, we got the New Orleans travel guide saying, do you want to travel by road? Do you want to travel by air? Do you want to travel by sea? Because now we have an entire sea section in this book. This wasn't in fucking DC by night.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Here's another thing. They're borrowing from Milwaukee by night because they're having the city sieged by Guru.
Yeah, you can't.
It's just borrowing from that.
Yeah, none of these survival options. You want to take a car in, the werewolves will get you. You want to go in by air, well, probably the werewolves are going to do all right. They'll shoot down your plane.
Well, if
You
you
wanna
pick
go
the
by-
wrong plane, if you pick the wrong airport.
You want to go by sea? Well, guess what? The Macaulay are also in this book too, Kyle.
oh, what happened?
Referred to
Actually,
as-
Wait, they
referred to
do?
as-
I don't remember them in this book.
Yeah, they're in here. They're here for a whole one section. That's it.
Oh, you got Gator folk. Come on, you got to do something with that.
You want to go into rail travel? Well, guess what? The werewolves also got you on that one too. There's no way to get into New Orleans without a werewolf getting involved. You're in a
I'm just
gilded.
envisioning this werewolf, this like Matee werewolf, who's called Drives the Train, and he's in a conductor hat.
Yeah.
That'd honestly be really funny. Just
He teams up with
a
Luisha,
Bonar
whole-
menace named Drives the Train.
Drives a train. The train of thought leaves a track. Is his deed
There's a
name?
mage war that's going on as well, and I don't know a whole
Oh
lot
yeah,
about
they
that.
barely talk about it. There's no,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't,
like
it
3
don't matter.
paragraphs. That's it.
There's a soft war going on here between the Cult of Ecstasy and the Syndicate.
Oh, they don't even clarify that because they kept rambling. It's to give you an idea. They mentioned all of the technocrats except Iteration X and the NWO. This book is amazing because it's like, well, you see, Huey Long was a fan of the New World Order or whatever. They don't even clarify. He was an ally of the technocrats, but then the technocrats wanted him killed because apparently the progenitors really hated him.
And then it ultimately
I
circles
understood the syndicate wanting him dead because every man a king and he wanted a millionaire's tax, but
Mhm. And now we begin with the history. So where does our story begin? 1718 when the city was founded? No. We go all the way back to Carthage, Kyle.
oh
with one-
god.
Yep, it
We
goes
begin with
back.
what? We begin with Gaius Marcellus. Gaius.
No, Gaius. His name's Gaius. I'm sorry.
Gay ass Marcellus. We'll just call him Marcellus for the story.
Well, he is Roman.
Does he look like a bitch, Kyle?
What?
The English motherfucker, do you speak it?
Yes.
Now
So what
Marcellus
happens
over
was
what?
he gets
Oh.
fucking destroyed. Adventure eats him, and then he's like, you know what? The Bruja were right, which is the worst thing you could humanly say as a member of the Blue Bloods.
Yeah, Marcellus, it was a human that survived the Second of Carthage. A Ventru liked the cut of his jib enough to embrace him, and then the Ventru were a different clan back in the day during the Roman period, and Then Marcellus thinks to himself, why did you destroy Carthage again? You want a world where vampires and humans are able to coexist? Well, that was happening in Carthage. I didn't even notice the vampires. Why'd you do this? I don't think he realized that was because the Ventrue didn't like that Clan Bruja was attached to the project at the
I
time.
feel like it was
also
even
the
worse
whole
that they were
fact that
friends
Troil
with
was getting
Bali.
railed by Troil getting
It-
railed by like Nurgle and Moloch in a spit
Yeah.
roasting scenario too. That didn't help.
You had the Bali attached to it. And then Marcellus goes to Gaul,
Also,
which
people forget. People always forget the Malkavians were the ones to direct the Ventrue to blow up Carthage.
yeah, they were
People always
the
forget
ones
that
that
part.
rat him out. The Malkavians knew about it. The Nosferatu presented evidence, and then the Ventrue routed the Toreador Malkavians and Toreador, and they led the operation.
So we get the most. So here's the thing: we get the most Bruja Ventrue humanly possible, and he spends basically a millennium whining about building his own Carthage and being told by the man, "You can't build this stupid Carthage.
You
You
can't do it. You can't do it.
You
You
can't
stupid
handle the
motherfucker. It's not
truth."
possible.
So he embraces a child, and like all good terrible parents, I will have my ambitions live through you. Doran, build a city worthy of Carthage.
He like the relationship between Marcellus and Doran is that it's a baseball dad. You know those dads that really want to push their own failures and their own ambitions onto their kids, and that
Mhm.
you gotta be the captain of the team, you gotta win all the awards, you gotta win first place, you gotta do the training, you gotta do this, you gotta do what I want you to do, son, not what you want to do.
I watched a documentary about that years ago, and it was really disturbing.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing with Marcellus.
I
And
don't care
Doran
that your rotator cuff has been torn apart because I'm forcing you to pitch faster. You're gonna make it on that high A team that I failed in during the tryouts 20 years ago, Jimmy.
I could have taken over Carthage, but I tore my rotator cuff and I had to retire. I would have taken the venture on by myself. I would have said Troil. I could have done it. One of those guys, Shanny.
One of
And
the
then,
best parts is they decide to build this in New Orleans.
yeah, Duran looks around in Europe and he says, there's not a single spot in Europe that's not corrupt as shit. So he goes to a country that's even more corrupt, America. Amazing.
And he looks at the muggy piece of shit, horrifying swamps filled with Macaulay and Guru. He looks at this fucking fen-ridden shithole, the gigantic river, ignoring that Carthage wasn't situated on a river, but okay, you know, whatever. So he looks at this and goes, this is Carthage. And then he gets into a long, centuries-long gay slap fight with a Bruja who basically he's like, no, I'm building Carthage. Fuck it, we ball. I'm building Carthage. Fuck it, we ball.
That Bruja would be known as one Simon de Cosa, who began this fight back in 1713 with Duran. He was
They
a
never
Spanish
give his
Bruja.
motivations for doing this, which is really funny.
Well, you don't really need a motivation besides Bruja versus Ventrue. The two naturally hate each other.
I crave violence. Troil, I crave violence. That's his logic.
That's what it is. Troil fucked his entire clan up by being such a fucking angry, moody bitch all the time. And then Duran looks over. We have a guy planted by de Cosa, one Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne, Sieur de Bienville, the young governor of the territory. He goes over, goes behind Costa's back, and makes him his ghoul. Costa really does not like that, puts his own guy, Antoine de Cadillac, in. The two of them get into an election war. This ends with, I think, a small power struggle where some Native Americans went over, attacked New Orleans.
Native Americans led by Lucius Jackson, the most Native American name ever made.
Exactly. I don't think that was his name. I think that's what they gave him his name in the history books. And then Bienville comes back, pushes back the Native Americans, chases the Cadillac out, and then that happened in the span of a whole 3 years. And then 1718 comes around.
Way to describe this entire section is Cosa fails fails no matter what he does. It is Wile E. Coyote versus the Roadrunner, but very lame.
It's a Captain Ahab story ultimately. Captain Ahab always trying to get Moby Dick, but he always slips through his fingers. And that. In 1720, he tries again. In 1743, 36, he tries again. 1743, he tries again.
They could have talked about the development of the city, because it passed hands between the Spanish. Fuck that. This lame slap fight between two vampires is more important.
And
Certainly
then we
it
get
is.
werewolves involved. Where 1755 comes around, the English take over Acadia, which is now known as Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and they decide, hey, all these people we don't like, let's just fucking deport them. And they deport them to Canada,
Let's
and
just
then those
fucking
Canadians
kill 'em.
walked all the way down through America to Louisiana, and they became known as the Cajuns. I'm not really sure if that's actually what happened, but okay, we'll call it that.
Yes, it is what happened. So what happened was during the 7 Years' War, the French lost their. I don't know if it's the 7 Years' War. It's one of their wars. They lost
One of the many
Acadia,
wars,
which
yeah.
is the maritime provinces of Canada,
Yes.
which was French. Some of
And
them moved to Quebec, but a bunch of them, because the French did get control over the Mississippi River, moved south to that area. They, to hunt and trap, and it looks like a good port city. You could sell
you
stuff
went
there.
from a place that's cold as balls to a place that's hot as balls.
Also,
It's
fun
what-
fact: Cajun has a very different cuisine base than Creole. Whenever people think of things like gumbo or any other dish, think about it like this: there's two different versions because Creole is based on what the slaves did.
Yes.
Cajun version is what the
French did.
Bayou boys did.
Yeah, you get the black version, you get the white version of the meal.
Both of
Yeah.
which are
That's
delicious,
why-
by the way.
That's why you want to get the Creole mac and cheese. I don't know what it is, but black people have perfected the recipe of mac and cheese.
It's because they were forced to basically survive off of mac and cheese and ramen packets as they were
We'll live
forcibly
like
woken up.
kings off of mac and cheese.
I don't know.
ramen
Mac and
packets. We'll
cheese is
combine
pretty
the two.
fucking
And turkey
banging. I'm not
necks.
gonna
Don't
lie.
forget turkey
Especially if you
necks.
bake it and you get a nice roux going with the butter and the flour, and then you make it into a nice bechamel with like 6 different kinds of cheeses. Oh my god, it's the best. And you put a couple of like garlic breadcrumbs on the top of it with some paprika and some chili powder and some. Sorry, I'm going off topic.
Oh, speaking of which, fun fact: gumbo might have gotten its name because one of the Bantu language called okra okambo or something like that.
Shanny, you got an
Okambo or
idea?
something.
Ultimately, I prefer ramen. I remember when I was young, I very liked mac and cheese,
It's on
and
the
then
telephone.
like in the beginning of the is like
What the hell happened to your microphone, Shanny?
Shanny, your mic's busted.
The technocrats got him.
Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
okay. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, there we
Yeah,
go.
that's better. That's a hell of a lot better. Okay.
Okay. So what I was saying was, when I was little, I did like mac and cheese, and then like 10 or 11, I started eating it again. Then later in my teens, I just started eating it. So ultimately, I prefer ramen.
You gotta get into a massive popcorn bowl. You gotta put 4 backs in there at the same time. You got at 1755, after the Cajuns are established, it turns out, oh no, every Cajun that ever existed was a black sparrow dancer. The book says it. Cajun people were evil by their blood.
Well, you see what happened. What happened is, remember, the Black Spiral Dancers are retroactive, reprobate, inbred idiots, and the common stereotype for the Cajuns are that they're inbred. So therefore, they are tainted through time travel. I'm blaming the true Bruja or mage for this. They retroactively, through causality loop, cause them to degenerate into horrible rape monsters, just like the Scottish people.
And the attendant looked over at Duran and said, hey, can you do something about this shit? Duran looked over and said, I can do something about it. Let's make a deal. The two of them team up. It's one Lucius Jackson is the chief Octena. I don't think that was his name.
I definitely remember the Natchez tribe being led by Lucius Jackson.
Yeah, it's it's like a pseudonym that he made up on the spot just to tell Duran.
Well, fuck! I don't know any Native American tribes of Louisiana. We got rid of them. Just make him a slave, I guess. Let's make him black.
He's doing the whole scene from Unusual Suspects where he's looking at the board on the wall, trying to come up with a name for himself.
Yep. Kobayashi, tell me everything you know.
And the two of them team up. Kosa's men do not get along with the Black Spell Dancers, so they lose. And Ventru and Dick Tena get along great, and everything was wonderful until 1760, when, take a look at this, I think...
Basically, Kosa lost so hard, he cried to the other Bruja, please help me defeat this stupid Ventru. And they're like, okay, stupid child, we will help you.
And they did
Spaniard man, help us.
Through litigation. In 1763, at the end of the 7 Years' War, the elders caused France to cede all Louisiana territory to Spain. And then Duran was chased out. And Kosa was very happy.
It's actually because France lost the fucking war, but okay.
Yeah. No, we didn't lose. We didn't lose.
They also lost Quebec. They also lost Quebec during that too.
And of course they lost this territory, and then they would go on and reclaim the territory.
Now here's the worst part of all. Do you want to know why this long death war that was the biggest war in the West until World War I was fought? It was fought over the fate of fucking Ohio.
Oh, that was it. Only in Ohio.
Not even kidding.
And then he gets chased out in fucking 1788. Spain says all imported goods are now fucking banned. We'll only ever keep our money within ourselves.
It was totally the vampires that did it, and not just Spanish malfeasance.
Yeah, it also sounds like something that like Trump is doing right now with America, fucking destroying the American economy right now.
Yep.
Did you know that the justices told him he can't do that anymore? He can't just spam tariffs.
And then he responded by making a 10% global tariff on everybody.
And then said that the American taxpayer is going to have to refund the companies the tariffs that they paid for.
That is the century of American humiliation. Yes. America fucking sucks now. Ugh.
You voted for
That's all you did the past year.
Duran came in to heroically take back New Orleans. Costa responds by setting New Orleans on fire. 856 houses are destroyed, and 80% of the city is now ashes.
Vampires set it on fire. It's not the fact that it was just rapidly built up because a lot of people moved there because it's a potential trading, entrepot.
Trading hub, because
it's not like this doesn't happen frequently.
Yeah, and shithole cities that get quickly built with no regards of fire safety.
Well, somebody got to live there.
I've never been a fan of vampires do everything. This isn't quite as bad, though, as the time of Vampire, because a Toreador told him his art was shit, formed the nation of Germany to destroy France.
You just gotta stop caring and just enjoy Berlin by Night for what it is.
No, because it has the worst adventure splat written by a human.
As it turns out, Kane was just chilling in Berlin the entire time.
With a mummy. That's not a mummy.
He was just hanging out in Berlin the entire time. It's always Oktoberfest in Berlin. It's just going over there with all these hot German women getting turned every day.
I'm just now envisioning in the end of Bloodlines, you find out the taxi cab driver is Kane, but he's dressed in lederhosen. You need to do the lederhosen mob for the taxi driver.
He puts the barbarian hat on you. He insists that you do the dance.
He also just replaces dialogue with just a very Austrian accent for no reason. Polka music begins playing.
Don't worry about it. It's no problem. Relax.
You just get down with Kane at the end of the game, and that's it.
It's just end with your character doing like a really crappy blender dance. Kane like randomly T-posing to assert dominance.
He just smashes through the door like a Tom and Jerry. There's just a T shape in it.
In 1790, Duran comes back, chases Costa out, and I think Costa safely leaves the story at this point. I think he pops up one more time in 1794. Another fire gets set. 200 homes are destroyed. Everybody hates Costa, tells him to fuck off. And then he's gone for good in 1801 when France removes the Spanish governing body, puts in Pierre Lassant. Thank you, Napoleon. Very cool.
Seemed like
essentially, Costa was made persona non grata and probably killed by his elders for wasting their time.
And then 1803, the Louisiana Purchase happens, and Duran says, "Oh, you actually want to buy Louisiana? Okay, America, let's make a deal." And while this is going on, they tend to go over and say,
"Well, no, hey, it's even worse. It's the Illuminati that bought America, that bought Louisiana. It was literally the Illuminati. The mages did.
The NWO." And then the Lupines come over and say, "Hey, you remember this deal? I'm not.
You're not building. You're building past the city limits."
Yeah, I'm not Jackson.
The mages that are doing it.
Jackson's dead. I'm not Jackson. I don't respect this deal. You gotta write a new deal, Doran. And Doran says, "I'll get back to you on that." And then Doran never does.
Well, on top of that, what happened was the original deal was the city borders were supposed to be set. The mages ignored that because they weren't part of the deal. And the werewolves were going, "What the fuck? You're letting these mortals build over it. It's not me. It's the wizards that are doing it." Wizards, really?
Yeah, those wizards would approach Doran in 1814. One Esau Grimes, a member of the Cult of Ecstasy, had said, "Hey, bro, there's this gang out there called the Technocratic Union, which they would be called it
you
by this
forgot
point.
throughout the entire time he was smoking a spliff. Hey, bro.
He is.
Oh shit, that's good. So yeah, the technocrats are gonna burn your fucking city down.
He's got a cigarette in one hand, marijuana in the other hand, and he's alternating between the two while he's having this conversation with Doran. And he tells them the technocracy is going to come in and ruin everything because they want world domination, and consensus cannot allow the existence of vampires, and they're going to kill you too if you don't side with us. And then Doran says, "Oh, that's cool for you to say that, for you to warn me." He goes over to the Technocratic Union. He demands a counteroffer from the Technocrats. The Technocrats do not negotiate with vampires, so he decides he's going to team up with the traditionalists. And then they do. And
they somehow found a way to win where everyone still lost, because they won New Orleans, but they lost the rest of the state.
They fought in 1814. They were more than ready for the British, and they managed to hang on to New Orleans, but lost everything else. But don't worry, the U.S. government would sweep it away for you.
Yep.
And then during the Call of Storm, Coast is fucking gone. Duran's pretty sure he can put his feet up. He's won this war. The New Orleans Civil War happened. The Battle of New Orleans and the Civil War happened. 1840, he's got a civilization of 100,000 people. We now have a whole 10 vampires in New Orleans during this time. Pretty cool. And then
the first time it went over double digits.
And then 1850 happens, and then everybody dies of disease. And then the Lupines get really pissed off and start blood hunting vampires if they try leaving New Orleans.
Oh, and then the Civil War happens, which causes the population to fucking collapse.
And then 1862, the Union comes over, dominates New Orleans, takes it over, and then Duran says, "You know what? Maybe I should go ahead and side with the United States government. That sounds like the ally I should partner with."
Because remember, canonically, the Toreador and Venture sided with the South.
Which it was, and he was Venture too, and he sided with the South, and then it turns out that was a really bad idea.
Oh yeah, no, the consequences of my errors I have sown and now have to reap. Fuck!
And now he's going back to being like a toothless Ventrue, and he's trying to just rebuild the city. His plans of Carthage are now fucking gone in New Orleans, and he's just existing by this point. He's not going to get Carthage, he's just going to balloon and increase the size of New Orleans as much as he can. That's his new goal, which he was doing pretty well in the 1880s and 1890s.
He's locked in the city. I'm going to make it the best city ever. Great Depression eats shit. And then finally it begins healing, and then, he just disappears. Yeah,
1950s comes around. Duran appoints a successor in the event of his death called Marcel. And he says, "If anything happens to me, this is yours." And then, right after he writes his will, he dies.
That's such a fucking, oversimplified moment in vampire history. It's like
Spy Master, who I have used for decades to get rid of my political enemies and kill Setites secretly, violently. I will make you my heir now. Wait, why are you brandishing that stake?
It really is like that Hollywood movie cliche moment where it's like, "Oh, I'm about to retire tomorrow," and then he dies,
and then he gets shot.
He also was about to actually go. From what I understand, I don't want to spoil it, but basically, he botches an intelligence roll, rolls all once, and he says to the council one of the dumbest things you can humanly say as an unholy abomination. And he just vanishes a week later. I wonder why.
And then Marcel comes in and says, "It was the gangrel that killed him. It was the gangrel. It was the gangrel who did it."
Ignore that I'm covered in my sire's blood. Oh, he's not my sire. Ignore that I'm covered in the prince's blood.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me, guys. And then the Lupines
wasn't my brother, who also totally exists. But oh shit, I spoiled it. Yeah, he has a brother.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to him in a minute. And the Ten Black Sparrow answers say, Shanny, they say, "Hey, Duran is dead? Well, don't mind if we do come in New Orleans, and now if we weren't in a cage already, you really are now, because if any vampires get in or out of New Orleans, you die. That's the fate that's waiting for you." And then the rest of the history is just anything goes wrong in New Orleans, Marcel will blame wizards for it. It's the wizard's fault. It's the werewolf's fault. It's the mage's fault. They set a fire. They caused that explosion. They caused that collapse. They did this. They did that. I'm not to blame for anything that goes wrong in the city. And then
Does this feel like a really fun city to play at night, Shanny?
Yeah. So it sounds fun, right? Where you just live in a city as a vampire where Shanny, everybody deflects responsibility, nobody takes responsibility for anything.
Pretty clear.
Yeah. You remember in our live play that Rufus the Guardian comes from New Orleans? This is why he left. You see why Rufus left New Orleans for Miami.
Yes. He saw the writing
So
on the wall.
I rate this book. Oh, sorry.
managed to dodge the lupines by some miracle and just booked it to fucking Florida.
And
So I rate this Milwaukee out of 10 because this is just a longer version and a lamer version of Milwaukee by Night, which is saying a lot because Milwaukee by Night was kind of an afterthought.
It's basically the same book. Basically,
well, think about it. You have the eternal dumb vampire war. One of them's a Roman, one of them's not Roman, and they're surrounded by Guru.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it's not exactly the same because this was before mages were. If mages were a thing, they would have done that with Milwaukee. But it's basically the same thing. The city is always under siege.
It's like, how have we been here before? Have we already done this?
It's basically that combined with, if I recall correctly, Chicago by Night version 2nd edition.
Yeah, but it's
Paranoid Wreck.
Oh yeah, like right after Loden dies and the werewolves come in full force, and you got all this wormish shit going on in Chicago. It's the same thing, but it's funny that with those vampire books, the vampires are almost on a back seat to a different map plot that's taken on right in their same city.
Yeah, it's weird. You're writing. This feels more like a Rage Across the Bayou kind of book, doesn't it?
This should have been a werewolf book. It should have been.
Yeah, call it Rage Across the Bayou, or alternatively,
all the Black Spirals wandering around here, absolutely.
Or Chantry's, New Orleans.
And then Kyle, as of 2005, all of these characters are dead. Every single one of them.
Well, except Uriah. Uriah and the Macaulay are fine. Probably the Ratkin. They were too busy looting and making the Man-Things dead.
We got the seagoing rat. Oh, that would have been a perfect time for the Ratkin. They come to you in their little canoes, where you just see the guns piled in the middle of it.
Yep.
Greetings, hello, Man-Things. Give us your jewelry, precious, or we make you dead. Good trade. Yes.
Give us the J's or we shoot you.
Fucking Ratkin.
And then they shoot you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us foot shoes or shoot you.
I'm sorry, it's just when I think of Ratkin, they just sound like Skaven in my head.
No, I'm gonna go with that being canon.
And then you got the whole travel guide again, where it's saying, do you want to go to Decatur Street? Do you want to go to Bourbon Street? Do you want to go to Royal Street? What street do you want to go down?
Do you want to go to a bar, listen to some of the best music you'll ever hear in your life, and then drinks a concoction made by some 36-year-old that's lived there their whole life that'll give you a hangover that'll make you wish you had died twice over in the previous evening?
Problem is that I would say that this is a very mediocre geography section. Mm-hmm. Especially for the only part they cared about was the French Quarter, because obviously that's the place tourists go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even then, it's really just, here's all the bars, and they don't clarify any like interesting bars, no interesting locations. No, it's just, here's some festive atmospheres. Here's Travis Touchdown drinking himself to death.
Yeah, Vancouver Dark Alliance.
He kind of looks like Travis. Actually, no, that's the Helltaker. That's the fucking Helltaker from Helltaker.
It's the Helltaker.
That's the guy that's the dude who wants to marry all the demons. There he is.
There it does. And he pulls it off. Along with the tube. When it comes down to you walking on down Bourbon Street, eventually you come across, posted in the studio notes, you come across this guy. And that's you find. Put him on the screen.
No, I'm deleting this.
And you
so
find,
I'm about to get jailhouse rocked.
You find this
Instead
guy.
Instead of I'm going to jail, it's just I'm about to go.
You were hilarious.
He was doing pretty well. Shanny was doing pretty well for himself.
No. He's a vampire too. Remember, he thinks he's a vampire. You could do it.
He claims to be a vampire.
I'm not putting him up there.
He's the guy who believes that he believes that if you get bitten by a vampire, it makes you a vampire. He doesn't know about the embrace. So he got fed on. He remembered it, and then he swears he's a vampire now, even though he's not burning in the sun.
Be a really interesting mortal.
Put him in this book. Is this the next project we're going to do for this channel, New Orleans by Night?
I'm okay with that.
New
I would
New
need to go
Orleans.
Totally
to New
should.
Orleans first, however.
And we put
Post
six in the
Katrina
book.
New Orleans would be a good book.
I would love to
And-
go to
and-
New Orleans. My roommate's been twice, so
Kyle, the people that were thinking that Styx was a homeless. Well, no, they didn't think it was a homeless man. They thought it was a street performer because he was just in the street, just walking around drunk all day, and just went up to him and just gave him money.
I mean, they did that
My
in The
cousin-
And he
Simpsons.
just went and immediately bought alcohol with it.
My
You're saying something, Shanny?
So I was saying my cousin has been living in New Orleans for the past 5 years. Yeah,
5 years.
Yeah.
Now is New Orleans a good place to make money? If you want looking for upper mobility, is that a place you want to go?
No.
I don't know.
You get to
New
do all right for
Orleans
yourself.
is
I'm actually
not
be a
very
big
poor.
city.
You'll
It's not the
sling
worst
drinks
big city if you're trying
and
to live like a bum.
yeah.
It's I mean it's better
I mean,
than
if you're hobo maxing, it's okay.
it's better than Atlanta.
I've
It's
never
better
been
than
to
living in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah,
I like
you
how
don't
they
want to live
waste
in
two whole
Atlanta.
paragraphs. I like how they waste 2 whole paragraphs talking about a random prostitute in Storyville. I don't know if it's based on like an actual murder, and that's why they did it. But
This was a
It's
murder
weird
that was
they
committed
put
by the
this
White Wolf
effort.
staff. The White Wolf writer wrote about this, and this is their written confession before they died.
I feel like
Nobody
this
was ever gonna
reminds
catch them.
me of somebody I saw where it's like they wrote a book about a serial killer who writes online recipes and then hides their confessions and the stories of their recipes because nobody reads that shit.
What was it? It was that Everybody Hates Chris episode where, like, for an assignment, he was telling a story about a guy who was a lady killer, but wrote out the word lady. It was like a fake story about a guy telling them about all the murders he committed, and it caused this worldwide panic.
Jesus
Oh, wait.
Christ.
I just realized what this is. So she's a wraith. This is an early wraith that they only just brought up. So she's the prostitute was killed, and now she has this aura to lure kindred to the forbidden area because a vampire killed her. So
And-
she
and you
basically
get to-
hunts vampires.
You get to fight the ghost. You get to be Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters.
I was just about to say.
That's the expression you make right before you get
So,
stabbed through the ribs and your
right
heart
before
ripped
you
out.
get the fucking Dan Aykroyd O face, and then you got it's basically it's just the French district. It just whenever you go to New Orleans, don't go anywhere else besides the French district.
Yeah, because they
That's
don't really talk about the other areas. They kind of gave up after that.
I think this is like, somebody in White Wolf had a vacation in New Orleans, and they only spent time in this area. That's all they wrote about.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't
This
even
is
think they
me.
did that. I
makes
think
sense.
what happened was I'm just envisioning. Yeah. Phil Mercado. He's covered in mayonnaise for no reason. Don't think about it. He's covered in mayonnaise for his ritual. He has a house cat in his hands. The house cat's squirming. He's like, we need to do a New Orleans by night because of. And then he starts rambling about I don't know some Aleister Crowley tier chaos theory shit. And then you have Justin Achilles seething in the back writing Werewolf, going, none of you know my genius. Yeah, but we do need to do New Orleans. I have ideas for the Black Spiral dance. Fuck the audience. Fuck the fucking Werewolf fans. So you have these people that actually know what they're doing. They don't know anything, so they hire some poor schmuck that's from the area to write it for them.
They go ahead. They do that. They did what they did with fucking what was it? Journeys to the Radiant Citadel, where they just said, "Oh, you're Indian. You must know everything about India. Here, write a book about India."
You're from New
Because
Orleans.
that's how
Can
it
you
works.
write the New Orleans book? Because this is the only book this person's written.
And that's it. We brought him in for one story, and then that was it. So this is one of those intern stories. It's like Dirty Secrets of the Black Hand, where we brought in a guy just to write the Black Hand book, and then he never wrote anything else.
That's interesting because for all I hate that book, that dude cooked some weird ideas that actually still benefited, like the Nagaraja.
They were going
got introduced
somewhere
in
with
there.
it, but instead of working with those ideas, they fucking killed him. You could have gone somewhere with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And the reason we're moving on is because the geography is kind of bled. The only thing I kind of really want to shit on, besides the lake, is there's an entire section on all the cemeteries in the area, and they just kind of gave up right at the end.
But I mean, like,
I'm gonna read a
unless
couple.
you're playing a fucking Cappadocian or a Giovanni, what the fuck is the point of there being a cemetery there?
Well, remember, this is more a mage book
let's
than a
play a
vampire
Shredder.
book. This is for
Yeah,
Thanatoid
no,
Maxers.
Why is this New Orleans by night is what I'm saying here. Like, yeah, you
I'm
have the
just gonna give
history
a
of all
couple
the
examples.
vampire stuff, but nothing else
I'll be
applies
right
to
back. I really gotta get
vampire.
water.
No, to give you an idea on how lame this is, St. Roch Cemetery's numbers 1 and 2 are located on St. Roch Avenue. Each features a small chapel. That is a whole paragraph. St. Joseph Cemetery also features a small chapel, which has the distinction of being the oldest building in uptown New Orleans. That is its own paragraph. St. Vincent Cemetery is located on Soniat Street. They don't specify where Soniat Street is in the maps. This is slapped together. Located on Canal Street. Oddfellows Rest is fairly well kept. That is its own paragraph. I don't know if they were trying to keep under a page count, and that's why these are so short. But it is nonsense. You don't need to talk about all these cemeteries. I know that the city's full of them, but
Yeah, like
you're
once
just
you
gonna
get
list them?
once you get through most of this, it just turns into a travel guide.
We go and we make a new book for World Darkness. We call it Skeleton Deboning. It's all about
boning?
Skeleton the rattling. The rattling.
What is that making that pretty sound?
Well,
you been dead
The living know! Rattling, boys!
It's called a guitar. You pick up and play it, man.
The Galliard.
And then for whatever reason, they then pivot to nightlife. So, after talking about all the great, okay, here's where all these dead people are.
Everything just being dead. Let's go ahead and talk about something that's alive.
And then they'll list a few popular tourist traps like the Mint, the old Absinthe House, City Lights.
It's like
I
tell
don't
if
know
you wrote
why.
about if we made a Las Vegas by night book and we put Area 51 in the book.
Area 51's a
When we
Black
did that.
Spiral hive or an NWO hideout.
It's the
One or
world's
other.
most expensive marijuana dispensary. Everything there costs so fucking much. There's cheaper dispensaries on the same street. And then take a look at this.
It'd be
Looking
like
at
wasting an entire section in Chicago by night to a strip club called the Succubus Club.
the manhole.
Oh, wait,
and
they did.
no, they actually did that.
That 5th
They
edition
did
wrote
that.
an entire book on that really did not need to exist.
See, I'm looking
Cheese
at
Pizza
New
only
Orleans.
featured every 41 pages in that book.
Is you gotta love the dog whistle that was that book. So take it like this. We
Took
also
11
got
people to write.
let's see 11 people to confess about how they've completely gooned out of their minds watching CP.
There's some random kindred sites.
His random kindred
The
sites.
show, which usually features a mortal and a kindred, offers the usual fare from its mortal participant, but adds a unique touch at the end for the voyeuristic pleasure of its audience. So this is a literal goon cave where what happens are they bring random schmucks from the street to get kissed by the performing vampires so that other vampires goon to this.
It's
the lamplight.
It's like back in New York where you had the peep show, and you just sat in a phone booth and just looked through a window at a woman
quarter
dancing.
in and like something will slide open and that's it.
And that's it. But it's vampire feeding.
That's actually kind of hilarious to me because it does feel like something a vampire would do. Oh yeah, drink that vein.
Honestly, yeah. I remember I went to see oh god, who's the fucking Scottish comedian? Goodness gracious. He played Gomer in How to Train Your Dragon. Craig Ferguson. I remember Craig Ferguson talked about one time he like snuck into a peep show and he like walked over and he put a fucking dollar in the thing. The thing slid open and there was just a middle-aged woman there smoking a cigarette and she just goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And then it closed. And he's like, "That was to this day still the most erotic moment of my life."
Did we see something in this book earlier about a character called the Feet?
I beg your pardon?
His name is spelled Lafitte.
Hang on.
Not that.
As it turns out, there's a gay bar in New Orleans named after him. Hey-o, that's his legacy.
Hey-o.
Lafitte. Oh, Lafitte. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also it's also an Elysium.
It's cause
he owns
gay.
a gay bar in Bourbon. He owns a gay bar on Bourbon Street now.
He likes Pino. He's gay.
Also, looking at the list, you also got Elysium sites too. I immediately want to go to Marcel, but no, we gotta wait on that. Elysium is multiple
This
places like
feels weirdly slapped
universities,
together.
the fairground. We now a fisheries building.
They don't do anything with the universities either, which is interesting because some of them are pretty old.
Because those will be controlled
Again,
by the
I
New
think
World Order.
because it's exactly. Well, no, I think it's because it's exactly 130 pages or so. I think they had a page count limit, and they almost reached the limit.
Because that's what I feel like with some of these books, where you especially see this in Revised, where there's just a page core that needs to be met, and it feels like you're reading a college essay where you just write and write and write a bunch of fluff text. Because that is Mage Revised. Reading that.
That's also if you've ever read any of the Chronicles of Darkness second edition, that is most of them.
Jesus, those Chronicles of Darkness sucks. Books are terrible.
Agree to disagree.
Adam, you've triggered Johnny now.
You shouldn't have brought it up, man.
Why did any of you accept Vampire the Requiem? Oh, it's saying
because it was fun and it was easier to play.
It's like Vampire the Masquerade. It's like, hey, you go to an ice cream shop. You used to have 52 flavors of ice cream. Now we have 5. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
but it works out pretty well.
5 flavors better.
Into Chronicles of Darkness either. So.
Now we're going to
works
characters.
Out pretty well.
We have the secrets grade on page 50 as how much does your character actually know about the secrets of New Orleans, and it's rated from
a lot
A
of books have
to
this,
F.
and this is one of the least inspired versions of
this.
Yeah,
you see this disappear in Revised. They stopped doing this.
I actually like the secret. I like the secrets though. They should have kept them.
To let you know how much a character knows, but there's only one big conspiracy going on in New Orleans, and we'll get to it in a minute. In the KF section. But let's talk about the Bruja first. Shanny, how would you describe Dutch?
Dutch is what I would say. I think he's like the proper early type of Bruja, not like the neo-Nazi or the anarcho-communist.
He actually has a vision.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got.
Let's say
we got Dutch, who was based in 1853. He's got fucking 5 strength, 4 dexterity, and 4 stamina, so he's scary in the fight. Along with 4 points of celerity. 4 points of celerity? Oh, fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Obfuscate 2, which is also awful.
Dude's quick.
And Protean 2, meaning that he gives himself the fucking claws for +2 damage.
This dude is a fucking bruiser. Jesus.
Yeah, he's a boss fight.
Well, I mean, he's the head of the Bruja, and he's on top of that. The reason that he's more of a visionary guy, he's basically your bog standard bitch idealist. He's like, oh, Carthage, I want Carthage back. Ugly
work.
cries.
It can work, I swear. Believe me, guys, it can work.
I mean,
ugly crash out you'd see on a collapsing bread tube channel tier.
His
That's
name is
basically
Conniver, so I mean, like,
he has a whole Frogan crash out on stream.
I'm sorry. It's just another thing this book does compared to some of the. This is, I think, the last of the first edition books. One of the last.
Yeah, it is one of the last. It was 1994.
Unlike the previous ones, where they would do like weird anime scribbles, kind of. I think what they did was they ran photo editing software to get like pictures of people,
and then kind of destroy them ever so slightly.
Yeah, because these look like portraits that they edited.
It kind of does. And then it goes into fucking 5th edition where it's just pictures of people, period. And then that's it. Is that?
I'm hearing some reverberation.
Yeah, a lot of vibrating.
Sorry,
I was wondering what that was.
Do not disturb real quick, please.
Don't worry. That was just the technocrats. That was Iteration X sending us the orb.
Is somebody's phone going off?
Ponder the orb.
Let's see. Next up is Jake Almerson, where Shanny, I think we could very quickly summarize this guy. He's basically just Dutch's number 2 guy. That's all he's really here for.
Oh, Dutch's top guy. Dutch needs me
to
establish New Carthage.
One guy. And
he's basically that guy from Batman.
Just Bob from Batman.
Yeah.
Like, he's not. And he's yeah, that's the Joker's number 2 guy. And he's only got 2 points of celerity, but he's got 3 points of potence. And he knows a lot about New Orleans. He's got a whole 4 points in New Orleans knowledge. And he also knows a lot about the secrets because he's got a B in the secrets rating, where he doesn't know as much as Dutch, but he's pretty caught up. So yeah, it's just
He's
a
also
number 2 guy.
mostly just a silent goon. He's pretty forgettable.
He's a silent Bob.
He's just here. And then we get Raymond. And they were fucking tripping when they wrote this. Because holy shit.
Long.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. So
They really
Shanny,
cared.
how would you Shanny, how would you describe Raymond?
Bitter and vengeful.
So the thing is that Kyle, let me reveal this for you. Let me get Kyle's blind reaction to this.
Okay.
So he's a caitiff.
All right.
Nobody really knows when he was sired. He's like 11th or 12th generation. He's tried to get into New Orleans twice. He came in and just said, "Hey, I'm a caitiff," and then Marcel told him to get the fuck out for being a caitiff. He then came over and said, "Hey, I'm a caitiff, but I don't like being a caitiff. I want to join the Tremere." And then everyone else told him to get the fuck out. And then his sire, who's a guy who is named, well, no, it's not his sire. It's just one of his friends, Carson, says, "Hey, I heard that there's something called the Hunger of Ages, where the elders can only feed off of other vampires if they delaborize at any point in their life." So Raymond buys his way into New Orleans by finding random people on the street, human trafficking them, embracing them, and then selling them to the elders for them to delaborize. Yes.
Whoa.
So that's where
actual
came from.
He is an actual white slaver human trafficker.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
this might be the first example of blood potency.
Yes.
Like the concept of blood potency being brought up.
They fucking wrote this in. You look at his picture too on page 55. This guy looks like a fucking chud.
You know who he fucking looks like? He looks like fucking Sebastian Bach from like the 1980s.
He's got a
That might have been what that might have been the photo they just took.
Yep.
Yeah, he just looks like a typical.
Or
Yeah, he's
like
cute.
He's got this
actually
gooey
no, he looks like he kind of looks like Dave Mustaine with brown hair.
Yeah, right, he's like fat fucking lips too.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been punched.
The blonde guy
what you were saying,
from
Shanny?
what's the name of the blonde guy from Queen? He was him.
Oh, Brian May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a blonde.
Brian May. No, Brian May's
Like
got
a
like
shuddier version of Brian May.
Yeah.
He has a nose that you could use to puncture flesh. Like it's like a fucking beak.
I think Dave Mustaine's our closest analog to this guy.
And then, of course, this guy fucking knows thaumaturgy, and he knows, say it with me, lure flames, movement of mind, weather control.
Weather control, because that's all they think about.
The three suspects of thaumaturgy. If a character knows thaumaturgy, you don't even need to look at what pots they are, because they will always be those three. Without fail.
Yep.
Always.
Seemed like the thing to do.
And of course, this guy is the conspiracy. Him feeding the elders is the conspiracy of New Orleans. It's grand planned here.
Which is one of the choices of all time.
And then we go into the gangrel, but the gangrel don't really go anywhere too crazy. How would you describe Roxy?
Roxy is just I mean, she's claimed herself as the leader. First to be in the riot. She's trying to lead her plan into a better path.
They said, "Hey, you want to be nobody else wants to be a leader," and then she says, "Okay," and then
she was pretty
basically
she was blasé about first place.
She knows about the.
Sorry,
I was going to say something. The ping got crazy for a minute. The fucking that was across Discord.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Sorry, that's me.
And
Generation X really hates this book.
And then the thing with Roxy is that she knew Jared, who was the gangrel boss, before he died, and that she knows that Jared was innocent the entire time. It's definitely Marcel that killed him, and she's probably right about that. That's essentially her contribution. And then we have Laura, who's just Roxy, but like almost like carbon copy of Roxy. And it sounds like a lightsaber whenever that goes off. And then Laura's whole thing is, I don't think Marcel killed him at all. The lightsaber. What the fuck is causing that? And then Laura is just basically Laura's like basically
so word
like
of
a soft
advice
fight
for those of you using Discord, a very common trick you can do. Go to voice and video options and check your noise suppression option.
Because it sounds like a lightsaber going through a Shane's microphone.
It sounds like there's a lot of buzzing on the mic.
Yeah. I don't even know what's causing that.
Yeah,
that.
It's usually noise suppression errors. I would suggest changing it to crisp or none.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I just put it on none. That better?
Yes.
You are not the first person I have had to help with noise suppression issues.
Yes. Discord's fun to play with. Father Iago. Okay, I'm definitely going to need your help with this one, Shanny and Adam. Okay, so how would you even begin to describe Iago? This is...
Oh, God.
This guy's fucking nuts.
He was a personal priest, Countess Matilde of Tuscany. And apparently he was sent to meet the Pope, and apparently he didn't like how the Pope was treating people, because he's a man of God and he wasn't sending people. There's a man named Henry wandering around in the snow. Apparently, I believe Father Iago took Henry in, made sure that he was okay. Apparently, something was off about him, and when he woke up several hours later, the Countess was screaming at him that he was a disgrace to the church, and that the Pope had removed him from the post, and he got upset about that, and he got very hungry, and then he started feeding on the Countess, but then he quickly realized what he did. He just barely able to stop himself from killing her, so he runs off. He tries to hold on to his face. He tries to keep himself from eating people, but the hunger is too strong. He continues to feed until he completely goes insane and calls himself Lazarus. And he just wanders the world until he gets to New Orleans, and he just goes on ramblings. He just goes on blasphemous ramblings, but some people find him weird and creepy and off-putting. Other people find him hilarious, and apparently he's very popular at Mardi Gras. Part where he's...
Yeah, he believes...
Yeah, I don't remember anything about this guy.
Yeah, he believes he's Lazarus. He thinks he's the Cappadocian Lazarus. But I don't think he actually knew that Lazarus was Cappadocian.
Is that his derangement? Jesus,
yes.
That sucks.
He's got mistaken identity. He says, Clan Lamia was my fault. I'm the one who made Clan Lamia.
Lord. Yeah, I'm going to be blunt. I don't remember a lick of this guy, mainly because he's outshone by the best character in the book, who is right after him.
You're right. Also, kind of look at this stat sheet: 4 strength, 6 dexterity, 5 stamina, 7 charisma.
Jesus Christ. And then he also has presence 6.
And then,
also, guess what? They broke the thaumaturgy trend. Weather control's still there, but it's different.
Elemental mastery.
He is the Avatar. He is the last airbender. This is the powers he's got. Dominate 5, Necromancy 2. Like all specs 5. What the fuck? Chemistry.
I think what happened was
this shit.
This is my hypothesis. This was one of the writers' OCs, like a really cool OC they thought was really cool and did not want to be killed. Or it's designed to be I punish the player group because they're being too disruptive.
Hold on a minute. This guy was started by Le Fanu?
Yes.
What the
fuck?
Shit.
Yeah, this character's broken and I'm not really interested in it.
Antoine Le Fanu is his sire.
Yep.
Yes.
The same guy that made William Biltmore.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
This is just a broken piece of shit character. I'm not really. What can I say?
All right. Well, there's another. Well, we also meet Warwick's kid in this book as well, but I got turned up for that.
I actually didn't realize this guy was so. Because what I
realize that
remember,
was
because
him?
this is the best character,
Okay.
Uriah Travers.
Okay. So Kyle, you remember Samuel Haight?
Fuck that guy.
So this is Samuel Haight number 2.
Oh, Christ.
This is the second Samuel Haight, and he's even better.
He's even better.
Better is in I'm gonna hate the shit out of him because he fucks up the lore.
Okay, so hear me out.
Hear the story.
This dude, he was best friends with a vampire. He was best friends with a vampire, which is the sire of Roxy. He was best friends with the guy.
Jared,
and then out of nowhere with the steel chair, a random Malkavian embraces him. Because the Malkavian knew he was kinfolk of Black Spiral Dancers and wanted to stop the prophecy.
And in doing so,
he kind of had a psychotic crash out for a while, as you do.
As Nosferatu go,
And
yes.
now he wanders around screaming, "I'm a werewolf!" Because he was best buds with gangrels. He hung out with them for centuries. And then when Jared died, he kept going, "I'm an abomination! I'm a werewolf!" And he uses protein to turn into in his words.
He only
a werewolf,
has 4
which is
points
just
of protein, and that's it.
Yeah, he can't do it actually.
Kyle, look at page 59. Read what that nature says.
Hang on, page 59.
Read what that says. Read what it says out loud.
For Uriah Travers or for fucking?
For
we're
Uriah.
looking at the wrong
Uriah.
thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. New Orleans by Night.
Yeah, no, page 61
His
for Lawrence
nature,
Meeks,
Kyle,
correct?
is. Kyle, his nature is autist.
Well, his demeanor's autist.
It says it on there. It says on there. Uriah Travers. Nature is
Uriah.
autist.
Okay, I thought you
Oh, you
said
didn't know?
Warwick, and I
They
was like,
used
that's
autist multiple
Nosferatu.
times.
That's different.
He's actually a spur, Kyle.
Well, yeah, he's a
Well, no,
fucking.
you didn't know?
He's
Apparently-
he's fucking a
Malkavian.
Malkavian.
That's
Hold on. What it turns out is that autist used to actually be apparently a nature or demeanor you could pick, at least in first gen.
yes.
Yes, it is.
He's not evil. He's
They
just a
need to bring-
spur.
They need to bring that back. I feel like a lot of people. would
So
pick
this
that.
character, in my opinion, is the most wasted potential out there because it leads to the greatest horrible idea that you could ever do. An NPC who is a powerful Malkavian abomination, Black Spiral Dancer who never danced the spiral because he was embraced right as his first change began.
And he
That's
runs
Just
around.
maximum amazement.
And then Kyle, imagine what would happen if he did encounter Samuel Haight and he did the red of the skin dance.
Oh,
Because
then
this is
Samuel
first
Haight would be
edition, you
even
could
more
do it.
insufferable.
And we get 2 Samuel Haights.
Oh yeah, we
And
get
then-
Samuel Hates in this book, by the way.
And then
Is
the
Samuel Haight
Indians.
actually in this fucking book for some reason?
He is.
Yes, he is.
Cock!
This is the
He is.
second to last. This is the second to last time his saga. This is the second to last book before the Chaos Factor.
Jesus Christ! I'm so sick of the fucking skin
This
dancers.
is after Chantry's. This is after the Chantry's book where he robbed the Verbena of their world tree. Don't worry, we'll get to Samuel Haight. He's in this book for 1 page.
Can we
He's
skip
in
that
it. You
page?
don't love how he's in it.
No.
Question.
That's. Question, Shanny? Yeah, I do.
Stopping the Black Spiral from accepting him, like, in the event was actually an abomination. What's stopping the BSDs from accepting him? Because they don't care about. They just care about death and destruction.
Well, the thing is with Uriah is that he sees so far in the future, he knows the entire plot of the game. Most point.
Yes, he does.
He knows everything. He knows
is the
everything that's
highest
going to
rank.
happen. Yes. He knows everything. So anytime a BSD tries to kill him, he knows where they're coming from and he can just evade them.
He also looks
Amazing.
like he crawled out of a '90s punk band that went out of business before they could
You
even get
see
a
his
silver
picture,
play.
Kyle.
He does. He looks like
He looks like the type of person who was inspired by Nirvana and then gave gave up after Cobain ended
He looks
it all.
like the lead singer of Saliva.
It was...
He actually does. Yeah, you're right. Holy shit! I knew he was procking something in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Josie Scott. He absolutely does.
It's a dead
Shanny,
ringer.
Shanny, if you don't mind, may I take the lead on the Nosferatu?
For it.
Go ahead.
I want to.
This. We go into Lawrence Meeks, who is the direct child of Warwick. You remember Warwick from
before
Dark
talking
Colonies?
Before that,
I'm
there
glad
is one
someone
other
does.
thing. This is
Yeah?
one of the few times they reference there are no subways or underground. They half-ass reference it in getting around the city, which is really funny because a lot of people probably wouldn't know that there is no subways in New Orleans.
No, it's
They don't
none.
clarify
No.
that.
Is
Just
it-
wanted to point
we
that
got-
out.
We got Lawrence Meeks, who's of course a spy master for Duran, who worked with Duran for years and years, and then when Duran died, he said, "All right, I'm gonna head out." He doesn't live in New Orleans anymore. He fucking dipped because
I must
Duran
go
died
now.
and he doesn't like
My
Marcel.
planet needs me.
But he did manage to embrace 3 kids before he passed on. Well, no, he's still around. He's well, maybe he's still alive. He might have survived the events of Katrina, maybe. Given that he doesn't live in the city anymore. And during his 3 kids, he took the Fagin approach. He only embraced orphans when he looked around for who to embrace. The first one was Avery, who is... I'm trying to figure out how old this character's supposed to be. I think she's a teenager.
16.
Maybe.
16.
Yeah, so...
embraced in 1851. And also, for whatever reason, I don't know why they went this route. But here's the other... Oh, there's several kids. We haven't gotten to the worst one yet.
Do not say the word that's in the image. I did not know what that word meant. I had to look up what that was. I'm not sure if we could say it on YouTube.
Hang on.
We probably could.
Which word?
But there are old-timey
we're
racial
not going to
terms.
say it, Kyle.
There are old-timey racial... For whatever reason, this book chooses to use old-timey racial terms denoting the percentage of black heritage these characters have. Specifically, Avery is 1/4 black, which has the term for it. I don't think it is something you could get in trouble for, but I don't want to be the one responsible for crashing this with no survivors.
So,
because YouTube takes that so fucking seriously.
Yeah,
like,
that's the fucking word right there. Good lord.
Like you can say whatever you want on YouTube, but until like race comes up, the YouTube takes that shit so fucking seriously. But yeah, Avery was
also very extremely slender, waif-like. Huh.
She's also balding. She's got horrible baldness on her head. All of her hair is on the side of her
just
head
realized,
now, but it's actually on the scalp.
I'm curious. So here's the other thing. That's the only character that has a lot of description for their image, besides arguably Mark. She has the most description. Which what did you mean by this writer? Was it the extra characters writer that did this?
Is somebody trying to fuck the 16-year-old Nosferatu?
Oh no, we'll get to the reverse pedophilia later. There's reverse pedophilia in this book later. Don't worry.
And then, so it's with Avery. Well, Lawrence is more of a Fagin kind of Nosferatu. Avery is a skin. She'll just go around with Obfuscate 3. She'll pretend to be other people with Obfuscate 3, and she'll just intermingle with people, pretending to be other different faces. She'll steal people's identities. She's a more boots on the ground kind of spy when it comes to Nosferatu. Then we have her brother, so to speak, Roger, who was a Confederate spy in 1865, who is very upset that the Union won, and he's terrible. Lawrence himself says, you know, why did I even embrace you? You're not as good of a spy as I thought you were. You lied on your resume. You're actually not as talented as I thought you were. But he did stumble upon the auction that the Keda are doing, where they're kidnapping people and feeding them to elders. So he has that. He has one accomplishment.
Yeah, it's better.
He also knows about fairies. He knows that changelings exist. Which,
they're delicious.
And then last
as for how he knows that, the book doesn't explain.
Who cares?
He's also
no one cares.
He's also been talking about the Setites because he has 2 points of Serpentis.
Well, damn.
A little bit concerning.
Eventually, the Setites would recreate the scheme by kidnapping people from Bolivia.
I need one ticket to Bolivia, please. Martin is the actual successful Nosferatu here, where Martin was a guy who, take a look at this, that was the third child. Lawrence was saying, like, let's please get the third time the charm here. 1885, he retires. Martin takes over, and take a look at what he's got. He correctly identifies that Marcel's whole rise to power was in a whole assassination attempt. That it was going to be Marcel was going to be killed by Black Spirals. They warned Marcel. Marcel then took advantage of that by killing Duran to get a whole like skis going on where everybody's on high alert. The Black Spirals can't conduct their plot. And now Martin's kind of thinking, well, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have told you about that because Duran would still be alive if he was.
Also,
And
funnily
now-
enough, out of the lot, Martin is probably the most competent, only just because Avery is not much of a people person.
Not
No,
much.
he's just
'Cause
kind of
m-
like.
She's actually better at it than he is. It's just she doesn't like dealing with the politics.
Yeah,
I
Martin
can
knows
relate.
what to say to people to get them on their side. He's a very good liar. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Their sense deception scores 4. This man will know if you're telling him a lie.
Yep.
Along
Oh
with
yeah,
that, 2.
bureaucracy used to be a knowledge,
Yeah,
as did
And then they got-
cryptography.
and then they got rid of it.
Also fairy lore. Spirit lore. He also
He's
knows
a-
ghosts.
And also psychology. He
Oh
can,
god, celerity, obfuscate, and potence. This is greasy strangler maxing right there.
This is borderline Assamite with the way he's built. And I also really like that image of him too, where he's completely cast in shadows.
Yeah, it is kind of raw. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty sick.
It looks great, doesn't it?
It does.
All right, Shanny, you're back on deck. Let's talk about Morgaine. Morgaine. Hippie insane hippie bitch.
She's super pretty. She's the leader of the known as a great musician, but Mark
Doesn't want the out. Sorry about that.
What the fuck? Oh, power just went out.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Kyle, quickly adjust Adam's volume level.
Yeah, hang tight.
I think it's
Let me see here.
Turn down by like 10%, and then that's it.
Yeah, let me.
I apologize.
No,
Yeah,
it's
there
all
we go.
good. I mean,
It's-
it's storming right now, so I get it.
So yeah, we got Morgaine, who, Shanny, if this was a mage game, she would be a verbena. By just no name. Yeah.
I mean-
She's a huge hippie. She loves nature shit. She loves druid shit. She's also a skilled thaumaturge with lure flames, movement of mind, weather control, path of conjuring, and path of corruption. Of all powers.
So she's like that.
Unless they gave her more unique paths, they had to give her the generic stuff.
And along with taking a look at everything else she's got. So it's basically like a hippie at the end of the day, like a very 1960s kind of hippie with this character.
Yes.
And then take a look who else is next is Joshua Cambridge. Now,
Oh yeah, this is the first half of the reverse pedophilia thing.
Oh, great.
yeah, the whole thing is that Joshua's whole accomplishment is that he's got a picture evidence of vampires, but the evidence is a painting they made that's being traded like smoking gun masquerade breaching evidence for whatever reason. Where it's
Well, what happened was he was a failed artist. He had an ugly crash out. I remember this guy. He had an ugly crash out because his art failed. And what happened was a venture chick wanted him to paint pictures and stuff, from what I understand. And
Yes.
then he got RR'd by an underage vampire girl and turned into a vampire. And that's his life now.
and that underage vampire girl is Julia Cameron, who really fucking hates this guy and wants him to die. And that's essentially her character.
15 years old,
Essentially
by the way.
like Julia's yeah, she's 15 years
By the way,
old forever.
I should note that Joshua was in his 20s when that happened.
Joshua was in his 20s. He was you got beaten up by a 15-year-old girl, you fucking loser.
Have a
Well,
seat.
15-year-old
Have a seat right
girl
there.
that's,
Why did you
in
need to paint? Why did you need to paint this 15-year-old girl in this condition?
Well,
Never see
then you painted
Joshua.
her,
that'd be a
and
great
then she
question
fucking-
for
and then she jumped you, drained you of all your blood, spat that blood in your mouth, and then shoved you in a closet where she was expecting you to just die of being a vampire, and then you survived. I don't think you thought this plan through.
No, I don't think she did. Maybe she failed the willpower roll to not like drink him dry.
Now, is this better or worse than Montreal by Night? Because she came onto him in a scenario.
Worse, because this is an attempt to justify it.
Yeah,
I will proceed to do so. Apparently, the technocracy really wants me to bust this cheese pizza ring because my internet's back up. So let me switch again. Apologies.
It's that fucking. You managed to make the fucking PDF and Montreal by Night look better by comparison with this story.
I don't know how they manage that. Both of which are pretty heinous.
And then going into this. All right, Shanny, should we even go into detail with the Tremere in this?
They
Shanny,
exist.
do you want to talk about the Tremere? Is it
Personally,
now, Shanny? When we originally talked about this, you said you wanted to go into characters that you found super interesting. Out of the 4 Tremere, did you find any of them interesting?
I don't find the Tremere as a whole interesting.
No, there is
But
one.
if I-
Well, there we have it.
There's one aspect. It's a cabal of
Right.
old. It's a cabal of old guys. Essentially, you know the meme of the girl sitting on the couch. They have one young girl, and you have 300-year-old vampires looming behind her. That's the
And that's the
Tremere
whole
in a
thing.
nutshell in this book.
And then Tremere hate Marcel because they're fucking the woman that they've embraced to fuck, and that's it. So, yeah.
Nice.
By the way, I will
Good
say
shit.
for Marcel. He looks like a right-wing grifter who just got outed for being a degenerate bisexual who cheated on his wife 500 times, usually with
Now-
other
now-
men. And
Now, Adam and Shanny, notice his earring, by the way, where it's only on his left ear instead of his right ear. You see, this is how
Yeah.
you see. This is how you see to the people back in the day that you were gay, because the whole saying was right is right, left is wrong. If you had a single earring on
it's-
your left ear, that's how you identified that you were homosexual.
Left ear queer, right ear buccaneer. That was the old saying.
That's the old saying. And so there we have the first gay prince in the Werewolf books.
So stunning and brave.
Yes.
Funny. I'm looking at. He only feeds on more attractive the better.
Yes, she's drowning in her
This
pillows.
looks like the guy. This looks like the guy who do a collaboration with Andrew Tate before crashing and burning
he's
when
got
his
like
skeletons
like
march
a
out of their closet.
He looks also so like Sneeko, doesn't he?
Kinda, yeah.
Does he
Yeah,
looks like
Sarah's-
Sneeko after the testosterone and steroids?
Afterward, yeah. So the whole thing with Marcel is that he has a brother, we'll say in quotation marks, called Giraud. And Giraud was supposed to be the prince, but that went over to Marcel instead. And Giraud has been this backseat prince who said, our sire Lothair Constantine loved me more than you, and I got super jealous the day that he embraced you, and then Lothair died, and don't ask me if I was involved in it. I'm not been claiming any culpa.
Yeah, don't worry
And
about it.
then Duran's dead, and now Giraud just lives in Marcel's barn all damn day, and just rules New Orleans from this barn.
He lives in a cuck shed.
That's why he does. He's the
It's
prince
the cuck shack.
above the prince.
It's
It's
the
the
cuck
cook
shack.
shed.
You know the worst part is they didn't even. So here's another problem with this book. They couldn't be fucked to write Giroux.
Yeah, where's his stat block? Where is it? It's not here.
I thought they might have been going with the Jacob and Esau situation where Giroux is actually just like his guilty conscience. It's the Hyde aspect to his Jekyll persona, but they didn't go with that.
You could have said like maybe this guy's schizophrenic and he has like a fake brother that only he sees is like the fucking Joker with his fake wife.
I think it would have been
Well,
cool.
yeah, like imagine if it's like a set type who looks like him, like it's a set type that looks like him and just gaslit him into believing he was his brother.
And that's the whole thing.
You could have done that. Like the set type's just like fucking with them.
How would you go about it? I'm putting Jerome in this book. How would you do it?
That's a phenomenal question. Like I don't know.
Is there a Jerome? Is Jerome in the room with us?
Basically, yeah. It's like They really don't give you a whole lot to go off of. It's like he just seems attached at the hip to Marcel, and I mean, like, the only other thing that you could say is, yeah, maybe he was schizo, and he was brought into the Ventru, but he should have been a Malkavian.
Or alternatively, what you could do is Giro is actually a wraith.
That's nice.
Like his brother's been dead all along. Yeah, his brother's been dead all along, and one of his touchstones, one of his things that keeps him on this earth, is his vampire brother. You could go that route.
Until he faces final death, he will always be here.
Well, I mean, you can also kind of phrase it like, with voodoo rituals and stuff like that.
Yeah, he could have actually gone down the road with that. And then with the whole shit with how does he lead New Orleans? He doesn't. He's just in it for the money. He just wants to inflate his own power and his own success. Even though you don't see a U-Haul van behind a fucking hearse, he's not going to go anywhere with this fucking money. At the end of the day, he's just doing the status quo, reigning New Orleans, doing what Duran was forced to do after he had to hang up the Carthage dream. And Marcel doesn't actually have a vision, even though he's nature's architect. He has no real plan. He's just in it for himself, and then there's no actual end goal with this. It's just line goes up forever.
What they should have done is, I think what they should have done is swap demeanor and nature, so that his actual nature is a conniving liar, and he grifts as, "Oh, I'm going to save the city," as an architect.
And it's ultimately this lying con man who just scapegoats other people for everything that goes wrong in his life.
He is,
and as it turns out, Chris.
Good.
Well, literally what?
He was the most average Ventru of all time.
And then Shanny, you have Christopher, which is essentially Marcel's shadow, made into a vampire. Where, Shanny, does Christopher act like a Ventru to you? Is this very Ventru-like behavior?
He just seems not pompous enough.
Yeah, he's a reverse Ventru, so to speak. As in...
Well, not on anyone over 20.
He's going to go fucking freak out. He is a Ventru who seems to believe that he's a Bruja with the way he acts. Check out his nature demeanor. Child and rebel.
He's
this
a
guy
teenager.
is an actual man-child who just runs around and he says, "You can't tell him what to do, Dad," and all he does is just go around and does everything he can to do.
His apparent age is 18, so it makes
That's his whole character.
It's like a proto-anarch.
He's be a bratty 18 forever.
Yeah.
Which is why,
yes, you see here, this is why the Ventru have that whole interview process that goes on for years and years and years before they give you blood. This is why you want to do that.
Exactly. And why embracing teenagers is not a good idea.
But they did.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And then we have Anthony next. We got Anthony, and he's a Ventru that has AIDS. That's his character.
Yeah.
He's the AIDS Ventru, and if he ghouls you, you get AIDS from him ghouling you.
So you just spend eternity suffering from innumerable illnesses?
Well, if you catch an illness within that time, yeah. So,
I'm not kidding. The technocrats really want everything to go wrong tonight. It's interesting.
We're fucking strangling Shanny's.
Yeah, it really is.
So what did I miss?
We always. So what's going on? We're talking about Anthony, the AIDS Ventru. That's his whole character.
You missed Karen, where she's thieving that Joshua didn't fuck her.
Oh no, we haven't talked about Karen yet. We're talking about Karen. Well, if you really want to talk about Karen, we'll talk about Karen now. Let's do it now. Right, so
because Anthony is just like the example of fatherless behavior. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fatherless behavior.
The Ventru don't really act like Ventru in this book now, do they?
No, they act like anarchs.
They act like every clan but Ventru.
So
whoever.
Shanny, how would you describe Karen?
Karen,
Does she fit the stereotype behind her name?
It's all right. I would say, yeah, typical Ventru.
She's got that haircut where she says she's going to speak with your manager.
She is a she
also
lives
has a
up to her
ciggy.
name.
She has a ciggy. She also wants to complain because she tried to seduce Joshua, but a 15-year-old slattern beat her to it.
You
Oh,
got
God.
touched by a 15-year-old kid. You can't recover from that.
No, I don't suppose you can.
She only feeds on men. She only feeds on men with demonstrated artistic talent. So yeah.
Well, she's in the right state for that now, isn't she?
By the way, the worst part, and this is why I'm making the joke, Joshua probably should go to vampire prison and die. She tried to commission him and then actively tried to seduce him, which indicates to me that I think what happened was the 15-year-old girl got jealous that the 33-year-old looking woman wanted this guy. So she
Trying to
tried
get the
to
moves
home
on him.
wreck.
Again,
So
embrace
you got this-
teenagers is a bad idea. Because who the heck wants to be 15 forever?
I don't. I have no idea.
You, the Ventru Karen hired this guy to paint a picture of your pussy, and then the fucking 15-year-old Torador got jealous and killed you for it.
It's remarkably.
Well, no,
bad.
it's even more pathetic because he rebuffed her. She got mad. He rebuffed her. That's why I said Joshua's not into. I'm not into dead eggers. Insert horrible lines here. I'm not saying them.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I'm just saying that he is a fellow cuties admirer, much like Mr. Girl and Vito.
Oh no!
We're not talking
Oh,
about
gosh.
that. Nobody talks about that movie anymore. It sucks.
Why would you bring him up?
It's, we
Because this
got
book
Joshua
is the book
too. He
of all
survived
time.
Hurricane Katrina, and he said that he's going to make Cuties 2 in space with Megan Thee Stallion. That's his new plan.
Then what the heck? I don't know
he's
if
gonna
you're
team up with he's gonna team up because the human seller Caitiff survives too. He's like, get me a bunch of French girls. We're making cuties too in space.
He
We're
has a
gonna have
vampire
the
swam all the way to
technocracy
Epstein
fund
Island.
it.
Oh Jesus!
We're gonna have the technocracy fund it. We'll get a French technocrat, like a French void engineer, to send us up into space so we could do this horrible movie.
Kyle, in 2016, you would find Joshua in Comet Ping Pong and Pizza.
I definitely would be.
Up on stage in the red mask giving the spoken word dissertation in the videos.
Why did you send me that?
I lost that video. It's fucking gone now.
I don't want to see it ever again.
It's gone.
Good. I'm glad it's gone.
And then we have Manon, who is just another Setite who deals drugs, and
he's a man.
There's nothing to. Basically, it's just Haitian drug dealer.
That's all it is, which we already had in DC by Night.
No, there is one other creepy aspect. Do they reference her race? The generations of interbreeding. She tends to use her obfuscate she uses her obfuscate to wear black
to make her darker.
Blackface.
She goes on. She makes herself from high yellow to deep black. The whole thing.
Oh yeah, they even use the old timey term for that. Yeah. No, they do. They actually do unironically use the term high yellow in here somewhere.
Oh my god.
I remember that.
Whoever wrote this book was tripping, dude.
You see why they only wrote the one. And then we go to the mortal section.
Which we don't usually have in these types of books, but today we're going to talk about the Vampire Slaughter Task Force. I think this is what the extra characters writer was about.
You want to talk about Lainey Andrin? And find out what the fuck she's supposed to be? She's from a military family in Texas. She's a bounty hunter, too. Shane, what do you think of her?
I was a bounty hunter from Texas.
Cool.
You thought Lainey was just all right? 4 to 5 stars?
Yeah, she's fine.
That really is what she is. She's a vampire hunter who used to be a bounty hunter, and of course a masquerade breach tipped her off, and now she hunts vampires, and she knows fucking nothing about what she's getting into.
Basically, what happened when she was from a She was from West Texas, and then experienced the weirdness of New Orleans, and never was the same since. It's the equivalent of watching. You ever watch a Mormon kid actually leave their culture, and then they just go full degenerate party freak? That's what I think she is.
That makes sense.
Figured.
We gotta regenerate her picture and just put a MAGA hat on her. It'll be complete.
What?
I feel like she would be the type of person that would vote that. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. She looks like Sarah Connor.
She looks like, I don't know. Actually, no, she wouldn't be a Trump voter. She'd be like a DeSantis voter or something.
Same milk.
Like a DeSantis or
looks like Sarah Connor.
Greg Abbott, I guess. I don't know.
Republican name
Ted
only.
Cruz, a Ted Cruz Zodiac killer voter. Feels like that.
I'm not mad at this.
She's fine.
See, next up we have Detective Robert Carter. Shanny, who's this guy supposed to be?
This is the main guy. This is the former ghoul.
Yeah,
a detective.
He's very cool.
New Orleans PD.
He was a hard-boiled cop, and then he got ghouled.
Oh no! I guess Marcel has him on the payroll.
No.
Well, he did for
Yeah,
what happened was Doran had him under the payroll for a while, and then he was fed hypermeth by the Cult of Ecstasy to break him out of the conditioning.
And then that backfired, and now he's a vampire hunting cop, and he has a task force of 15 other cops to hunt vampires.
Wait, this is the task force you mentioned at the beginning of the episode, wasn't it?
Yes.
And here's the thing: he's a corrupt cop too, because he actually doesn't he wants revenge on Doran, but he's also such an addict for Vitae. He doesn't really give a shit. You can bribe him with Vitae, and he'll just leave your ass alone. He's essentially a representation of the corrupt. He's a representation because Louisiana cops, holy shit.
Oh yeah,
these holy shit, they're
on your heartbeat. Is all of that he has disciplines. He has pretty fortitude and potence at level 1. Dangerous man.
Those are all physical ones too. It's very standard ghoul stuff.
It's all he really needs. You can still kick your ass with that. Also, Kyle 5 at firearms.
Well, yeah, he's a cop.
This is we're talking about
that's rare for cops nowadays.
4 athletics, 4 alertness, 4 dodge, 5 intimidation, 4 scan, 4 search.
Another boss fight for you.
So we're dealing with an expert marksman here.
You're fighting the end in New Orleans.
To be able to fight a vampire.
Yeah. And he packs silver on him, by the way.
As he should.
He knows what to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, this guy's the main character.
Wait, how does he have silver? He doesn't have lupine knowledge at all.
He packs silver necklaces on him to be a ward around his body. So I think it might be he was tipped off. He doesn't know why he's carrying silver, but he has it on him.
It's probably one of the vampires that did.
Then we have Gordon Freeman. Gordon Freeman after the shootings.
That literally is just Gordon Freeman.
yeah, that is Gordon Freeman.
Lance Pertkin.
Ah, hello, Freeman.
Looks friendly.
That's it. Here he is. He's one of the cops that works for Carter, and he's the genius of the whole operation too. He's a whole skeptic conspiracy theorist who may or may not have been exposed to some Malkavian activity. Might have been.
So he's just a little crazy.
He may or may not be leading a grift to sell you dick enlarging pills nowadays in the deep web.
He horribly bit down the red pill, and now he's like the full-on QAnon hunter, where he's convinced everything is a conspiracy coming to kill him.
If I fought vampires, I would be too.
This is the face of a man who has refused to pay taxes for 30 years, and the IRS is kicking down his door.
No, this is the
he's
face
waiting behind
of
the
a man
counter
who
shotgun in his
pushed
hand.
the sample into the test
Yeah,
chamber.
he seems very Unabomber-esque.
You also notice that his nature to me is gallant and autocrat. This guy is deliberately taking tough jobs that most people would die on, and he's volunteering for them because he wants to throw himself in and be the hero. And
he is
fight
also
for you.
Well, no, here's the best part part. He's learned what a ghoul was. He figured out what his boss is, and he's like, I'm going to do that myself.
And did it work?
He's going to
He was
capture a
supposed to have
vampire,
pole.
put him in his dungeon, and then start drinking him.
He was reading pole. He was reading the pole boards on 4chan, and he's convinced that he's going to be the guy who's going to take down the Toreador reverse pedophile elite.
And
It's gonna be him
somebody
who does
said,
it.
"You're my new favorite schizo."
This
Oh
is
my
now like the new
God.
you have people like relating to and analyzing Patrick Bateman. This is this character.
He's just like me for real.
Not only
Yeah.
that, this is the type of dude. This is the type of dude who spends half the night while shooting vampires arguing with Europeans on pole, saying that he's whiter than them.
Meanwhile, he's 15% Native American.
Meanwhile, you actually see the family portrait. You see one of his grandparents is very conspicuously black.
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it.
You've then got Martin DeRichet, where he's a son of Ether.
Is he actually?
Incredible.
And we talked about him earlier.
Oh yeah, I just talked about him. I said he looked like
Yeah.
he probably joined a British far right party before getting outed for some horrible tax evasion scheme that gets him arrested.
What's crazy is that it actually
You
says.
did kind of mention
like,
that.
Go ahead.
What mention what? Who's speaking? Who's it is it?
Shanny Wilson.
Whose line is it anyway in this podcast?
I just said he looks like a far right British politician that's about to get arrested for something
He does.
really stupid that they forgot to do.
I just thought it was
He's got the
crazy.
He
that
looks
skirt
like he'd
strips
be
on
on
his
the
head.
same podium as Sargon of Akkad around 2018 when he was running for
Yes.
UKIP.
There's actually
Yeah.
a section that says
Hello to
notes if
you.
you're using Mage the Ascension, Martin is the following traits. And then it gives you essence, tradition, background, spheres, arret, quintessence, and paradox.
Read those spheres. Those are huge.
Yes, so he has
That's
got
huge.
correspondence
Holy
1,
shit.
entropy 3, forces 4,
Forces 4, life 4. Oh god,
4.
mind 5 and matter 5.
Yeah,
And prime 4.
and spirit 3.
Arret
This
6.
dude is
Arret 6.
busted.
Quintessence 7.
This dude is like full on
Yeah.
Green Lantern, just conjuring anything
This
he
guy
wants and
is
fighting with it.
just short.
This
guy's
dude could
just shy
stand
of
up to
becoming a high man.
Cavendish.
But take a look at
Honestly,
this
this
guy.
dude could wipe the entire. I think I figured out what happened. This dude just summoned Hurricane Katrina, just wiped the board.
The reason why he's here is because he's interested in vampires and he wants to study them. Is the reason why he's here, specifically with Caitiff.
His dealing with
Also,
dealings
what
with
I do
Raymond
like-
makes sense now.
Yeah,
By the way, a thing I like is that if you don't have it, they just give you a kind of equivalent vampire disciplines to kind of show how that works.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
kind of like that.
It is
Like,
good to have
Thaumaturgy
like,
5,
comparable
what-
things.
Like, what backgrounds in Thaumaturgy? Everything in Thaumaturgy, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You get with Matter 5, this guy can just do whatever the fuck he wants with some of those spells.
Yep.
With Prime 4, he can literally go, "I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm," and the werewolf scream before it gets yoked to the Shadowlands.
Looks
It's
like
that- it's
you're
that-
going
he's-
to the
he's-
Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
He's also able to do like the fucking Dragon Ball Z characters where he just charges up his power and then all of a sudden just blasts you away with this giant laser.
He actually is an ult.
I have replaced your arms with fruit by the foot.
What's going to do
He can
about
do
that?
I replace your
He can
fingers
do
with
that.
fruit
He
by
has
the foot.
matter and. Oh yeah, I have
and then-
replaced all your bones with fruit by the foot.
I have replaced
And
your
then-
guitar strings
and then
with
we-
fruit by the foot.
A bit of a
And
downgrade.
then,
I've replaced your DNA.
Seems I am
and-
the
can do
winner.
that.
And then Shanny, we've got Michael Zyers, a Masquerade bridge waiting to happen. So what? We got,
Yeah.
we got this guy here, black artist. He's a very talented man, and he might have saw something that he wasn't supposed to.
Also, he's a petty thief because of course he is.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll look at what he looks like. Of course he is.
Why does he look
Look
like
at them
he thinks
senpaku
it,
wise. He's
What?
dishonest.
Why does
He's
he
greasy.
Fellas, why does he look like he knows his neighbor's a vampire but can't prove it yet?
This is the
Because
expression
that's
of a
exactly
man.
what he's doing.
This is the expression of a man who wrote a manifesto, and he's just waiting for the gun shop to give him his firearm for the day after.
Yep.
Kyle.
Yes.
He's making the DreamWorks face.
Not really. His eyebrow isn't cocked up high enough.
He's got the smile and the raised eyebrow, and the one lowered eyebrow.
No, I just think he knows his neighbor's a vampire, but he can't prove it yet.
Guys, guy liner.
Guys, Kyle.
Yes.
I don't know how familiar you are with Nick Ricala Laura, but Johnny, you probably remember this. Remember that Reddit manifesto? Nick was reacting somehow.
I don't do Schadenfreude. You'll have to pardon me. Every time Johnny brings it up, I
was
wish
reacting
death
to this
upon me.
racist black guy who was just pissed off, who was essentially an incel.
Oh, are you talking about the dude who wanted to procreate with Android 18?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Another
now.
schizo.
Yeah.
This happened way back in the early
before he destroyed his leg with
2020s.
cocaine.
It was like pandemic times too, like right when it was getting big.
Oh yeah, the unbreaded guy.
This is before the corn. This is before he was harvested for the cornfield.
This guy's gonna be like on a stream with Ethan Ralph and Nick Ricada in 20 years.
Why are we talking about this?
No, this is the guy who's trying to get onto IP2. He's trying to be a live, in real life streamer.
He's trying to get into he's trying to get into RV with Ice Poseidon. Just go around with that. Kyle, that's a name you haven't heard in years.
Wait, who?
Ice Poseidon.
Oh yeah, where did I hear him from?
What we got here? Yeah, probably from Keemstar.
Probably.
What he used to do is he used to do these streams, and he would have people like robo-text things in public, and he was just a nuisance. That's him.
And it's text
and
to
of
speech.
course,
Microsoft.
Johnny Somali would do the same. But Shane, next we go into Chapter 5, the Coteries. And now this is just basically like places of interest and like who's connected to who. We get Marcel's inner circle where Marcel's talking with the PDF. Joshua is also talking with his like borderline. How old's Mary again?
He finds the nonce amusing.
15 or 17?
Marcel, why do you only talk to people half your fucking age?
Because that's his feeding
Well, I mean,
preference,
remember, he's also best friends
Ventru,
with another
and
guy.
Remember how I made Alessandro, and because we rolled for his feeding preference, he also wound up on the list? Marcel's the same way.
Marcel, you just hang around. He just hangs around kids all day. He hangs around actual children all day.
That's again, he's a Ventru. That's just
Speaking of which, the person he says is attractive, that's the 15-year-old.
Yeah,
I
very attractive.
So.
50.
It's Mary D. Richet is also a young high schooler who got embraced in a Tremere by 3 old men.
Yep.
So, yeah. I'm getting uncomfortable now.
Yeah, no, I think we all are. Let's move on.
Next up, you have the Princess Council.
What did they mean by this?
Once again, why are half the characters bug fucking pedophiles? Now I think about it?
Well, they're vampires. They don't care about humanity.
These are people that run New Orleans.
Fucking New Orleans.
Look! I know New Orleans. I know NOLA's not exactly the most up and up city, but you really got to do vampires dirty like that. Look, they're blood-sucking parasites. They're not that type.
You got all this shit going on in Vampire the Masquerade, and you mean the best thing you had on Werewolf the Apocalypse was to get Ephemeris, and that was it.
Yep.
You had all this shit in Werewolf and fucking Vampire.
You know, we could have had Rage Across the Bayou, but instead we have Noncery by Night.
We got the Lolita Express by Night. Is the book.
And we haven't even got the Samuel Hate section yet. He's in this book.
We got Kyle wishing for Samuel Hate to appear now.
Don't you
no,
want
I just
Samuel
wanna go
Hint
to
to
bed at this
appear with
point.
his magical branch? Don't you want him to appear with an AR in one hand, a magic branch in another, wearing an eye patch and snarling at the camera?
No. No, I'd rather go to bed.
Next up, we got the Phoenix Society, where we don't even know who the fuck is in it, but it's a group of vampires that want to deliberately destroy the Masquerade.
So
Basically.
the Sabbat.
So,
The-
no. Here's the big reveal. So Duran, the most dumb thing he humanly could have said was, we want it to be like Carthage, right? We want New Orleans to be like Carthage. Let's completely break the Masquerade, he says, eyes crossed, pants filled with vitae-laced shit. Because you have to be shittingly retarded to say that.
and
Many people
and
in
then
this
the
book
camera
seem
got
to
in
be.
contact with Marcel and said, "We need you to kill this man."
Literally his entire group, like his seneschal, his spy, every one of them,
Just
the moment he
turned
said
on him
that,
in
said,
one
"We're
night.
killing him." That's the solution to the shit show that was New Orleans in the 50s. Yeah, I'll just break the Masquerade. It'll be fine.
That's an invasive thought that you don't tell anybody. You don't tell anybody that you're thinking that. And then
I
you
gotta
say it
turn New
anyway.
Orleans into Carthage, so we'll just reveal vampires are real.
And we just get one city to do it, and meanwhile the rest of the United States has a Masquerade. Is the plot. Once again, kind of mentioned it a few times on the show in other episodes. If you are too beholden to an idea, when that idea goes out of style, you will go down with it.
Yep.
That was Duran.
Furthermore,
you
it's always
saw
the
what happened to
rule
him.
of never get married to what's in your head.
Speaking
And
of
now
which, I have
he's
an
dead.
idea. Pyongyang by night, where the Masquerade is gone.
Pyongyang by
Because who
night.
cares? They control the government. They just don't tell anyone.
It's North Korea. You can do whatever you want, North Korea.
Yep.
And now Duran is dead, and his entire city is now run by PDFs. Incredible.
I don't know if
You
that's
see
an
what happens when you fucking
improvement or
die?
a downgrade. That's how bad Duran is.
That's why, once again, Rufus DeGrone got the fuck out of of New Orleans.
The Nosferatu. No. Here's what happened. The Nosferatu looked at his collection. He looked at his photo book. He looked at Marcel's photo book and said, "Nope." Why do you think Uriah doesn't want to be a part of politics? In his own words, I ain't kissing no child.
We're gonna hit
That's
you
the
with
reason
a
why Lawrence
no,
got in the
Chief.
game too.
Why do you think Black Spiral dancers are so desperate to take the city? They know what's going on in there.
Well, let me say this. How are they making the Setite in this book look good?
Yeah, actually, Setite, this is a Setite win.
It's only because
Yes.
they
The
haven't
drug
brought
dealer
him
is
up a whole
a
lot.
Setite victory.
He said the Sentai.
No, he's only selling drugs. Oh, sorry.
The
He said the
Setite's just a drug dealer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to everything else, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not a very high bar, but yeah.
The Setite in comparison is virtuous.
The dude at the Setite at worst laces their hallucinogenic drugs with a little bit of vitae so that they could make a little more money and get more reliable customers. Compare that to the human trafficker Katie so he could be accepted, and the cabal of you know things are fucked
don't have enough.
when the Setite drug dealer
just asking.
and the you know things are
Yeah.
you know things are fucked with the Setite drug dealer and the schizophrenic Malkavian werewolf abomination are your best characters morally.
Are the best ones.
In the city.
And then because we don't have enough hunters in this city, the children of Osiris are here.
Yep.
They're here.
For fun.
Yeah. Osiris' bloodline is just in the city because we don't have enough stuff going on here. And then it fully
that's something I've noticed with this book. They put too much.
Yeah, because we also get the mages too, and we have we don't just have Cult of Ecstasy mages. We got Euthanatos, we've got Hollow Ones, we got Sons of Ether, we got Celestial Choristers in the
There's just
and
too
then we've got
much
Iteration
going
X
on in
the
this
Syndicate,
book to build a cohesive story.
Iteration X and the Syndicate are both working here.
And then there's the Triad, which is a trio of ancient vampires that are up to something, I guess. Who gives a shit?
And they're in Kanu, like they're waiting for the story to end so they can come in, strip the board, And then,
So anyway, that's just book one.
yeah,
There's
it's
still
pretty
another
crazy,
book.
isn't it? Yeah, we now get into the adventure module. We get into the character creation. Hooray, Kyle! It's your return for your favorite segment, right?
Oh yeah,
Character creation.
This would be the part in which I'd actually play as Charles Davis.
Let me see. Let's go ahead and get character creation up and going.
A man to make his mark.
And let's see. Let's see. I'm going to treat it as if you were players in an adventure module, Adam. Adam, go ahead. Pick what character you're just make a character. Just make a character. Just make one up on the fly.
A character and then run with it.
Fuck it. Fuck it. His name is Jethro. Jethro, and he's like fuck it. He's like a gangrel. He's not really caring. I know he's gonna get eaten by people because gangrel bad, but he left West Texas. He left East Texas for this shit.
His name Jeff.
And then yeah,
Jethro.
2018 called it What I Mean Back. And then we got Shanny. What kind of character are you making? You got character creation music going on for you right now.
I'll get I could be a Nosferatu. I'll join Martin.
Nobody ever plays Amici. No one ever does it.
Not in the fucking Camarilla. They barely brought up the Sabbat in this book.
Yeah, there is no Sabbat.
Sabbat at all.
Yeah, exactly. I saw like one.
You don't see the Sabbat doing this kind of shit. Kyle, you don't see the Sabbat mess with kids. They keep it growing in the Sabbat.
Yeah, they do.
It's the whole thing.
Unless you count the Blood Brothers.
The Blood Brothers. Well, there's nothing sexual about the Blood Brothers. It's just child abuse.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yes. You gotta beat the kid. You don't want to kiss the kid. So going into the whole plot here, the game is called Dijabi, where to give you the rundown as to what the plot is going to be, the three of you arrive in New Orleans. You're a brand new vampire.
I'm
pretty chill. We got was it a Nosferatu, a Torador, and a Gangrel?
Yes.
First party.
I reckon.
When you come in, you have a decent time. Of course, the Gangrel don't give a shit about anything. Everything's cool with you. You go to a place called the Twilight Club to go. Pretty
you're cutting
nice
out.
Place, right? This is what the Succubus Club is trying to say. Where, like, for whatever reason, night clubs were just the place to go to as a vampire to go eat. There's a pretty limited clientele. Eventually, somebody's going to catch on. You begin the game at the Twilight Club in New Orleans because every vampire goes here to eat.
Yep,
that's the whole
so
fucking
I'm at
thing.
The club. I'm listening to some music. I'm having a couple of snacks. We're doing good.
And then you get a message from Print. What?
I was just gonna say, I reckon I'm just watching people, trying to figure out which ones have the right mix of beers that I want to eat from.
See,
with my foot over my head, trying
coming in, working at the McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah.
And then you get a message from Print.
We need to get a Shanny and Mike.
Yeah, you get a message from Prince Marcel who says, "Hey, you gotta come over to my haven right now." Where's my haven? It's the house. Is the house that is next door to the Twilight Club.
And I was in the middle of something. Fine.
Could just come over here. Whatever. He's the prince of the city. Might as well.
Just smile and nod, man. Just smile and nod.
That's what Messiah told me.
They come over here, and he says, Prince Marcel says, "Hey, is it me, or have a lot of vampires been disappearing lately? There's something strange about that. I need the three of you to work on that. You're outsiders. You don't know what's going on in the city. I need an outside guy to investigate this for me. You dig?"
That don't make a whole lot of sense, but
vampires going missing.
I did hear about that.
And of course, if you say no, I'm going to pin you as vampire hunters start trying to kill us and get you red listed.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me getting caught.
When can we start?
Where I want you to start, I need you to go talk to this guy who works for the New Orleans Special Task Force. His name is Detective Carter. I need you to go over there and ask him about what's going on. He's the guy that been paying with blood, who's catching on. He's already on the trail, but he's in too deep and he's about to get exposed. You gotta go in and carry on with the job, or he can't aim.
So maintaining the status quo sound like adventurous.
I guess I can.
And then,
talk
because
to
you're
some
now a
techs on
railroad into
deck.
this game with the threat of a red list, you go over to the. Where are you even going for this?
Probably
To headquarters, yes. You go to the police precinct.
We're going to the detective.
And then you go over there. As it turns out, Detective Carter's not in, but he left his paperwork behind.
Where's his paper?
Cool. Which one of you took a point in computers during character creation?
Probably not me. I wasn't
much
piano.
of a computer guy. I was more of a car guy.
I'll let Shanny
Did
do it.
nobody put
more
points
of a
in
car guy.
computers?
I guess the
The
notes for
ugly
actually
fella over there did.
in the computer.
Let's see. Shanny, you roll a manipulation in computers roll, and you start going through Robert Carter's files after you do a brute force attack to hack into his computer.
You found his password.
You find out that there's an address to a safe house. It was 12346 instead of 12345.
It was 8
and
asterisks.
then you find out there's a safe house outside the city. And then
the longer we're on this trail, the more it feels like I'm on a railroad again.
And then, more ways than one, right? And then you get the address. It's it's a house. You get the safe house address. But the bad news is it's in Garu territory.
Well,
Great.
tackling with lupines don't seem like the best
them.
course of action, but I got both of y'all. So I'm just going to hide in the trunk and let y'all do the talking.
Not necessarily, man. I tend to get along with them pretty well. At least the ones in Texas, I was.
You open the doors, you hop into whatever car you want, and then you drive off into Werewolf territory, where you have to eventually stop because it's fucking swampland and you're going off-road.
Man,
cool.
I just got these new shoes, man.
And then you're immediately attacked by the Rougarou, the Cajun werewolf. I do say I've been looking for vampires using my vampire stew. Who you supposed to be?
I thought y'all weren't allowed to eat, like, people flesh.
Comes in and attacks you.
And I reckon you probably wouldn't want someone like me. All right, shit.
See, Adam, give me a charisma and persuasion roll.
Look, you can hurt me, you can eat me, you can kill me, you can do whatever you want, but please don't throw me in that there briar patch. Please don't do that. No, sirree, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad when I get in the briar patch. That's my weakness.
You say you don't want to be thrown this here briar patch. Don't mind if I do.
No, I don't want to be thrown in no briar patch.
Picks you up and throws you instead of briar patch.
Right, okay.
Immediately use Protean to hide in the dirt.
Yeah. Well, I see that he's committed violent death. Well, I've already killed one vampire. I see it's enough for one day. The werewolf dips.
Okay, well, yeah, Prince ain't won't be happy about that. I'm gonna go make sure his body turned to dust
out of the dirt.
He's born and raised in a garbage can. So you reunite with your gang group. You walk all the way to the safe house in Nova Swamp and found that, yes, there's a witness here that's being safeguarded. He's got a little mini fridge with drinks inside of it. He's got enough food to last him for a few days. And you break in, and there's a witness to interrogate.
Cool. Time to interrogate.
What do they know?
I'm going to strangle him with a piano string until he tells us what he knows.
You're the Toreador here. You're the one that has presence. You're the one who's fit for this.
Yep. Presence the shit out of him and just be like, hey, man, look, we don't want to cause no trouble, but, like, you know some stuff that sounds like it'd be very, very important to the things that we're doing. You just spill the beans on that. Like, we'll get you back into town. We'll get you a nice warm bed, nice warm clothes. It'll be all right.
You're not with Carter, but you're a nice guy. I can tell you what this is. The guys that have been doing these kidnappings, they're ghouls. Every single one of them is a ghoul.
All right.
That's all I know.
Any idea where they hang out, or have you met any? Any names that we want to take an eye out for?
Oh, yeah, his name is Joe Dirt. Think of a name on top of my head.
Okay, now I know you bullshit.
Wait a minute. think I heard. No, he ain't. I heard about a fellow like him. Mullet as long as my arm.
Well, whatever you
And
say.
then you got. And then the minute you step out of the safe house, you're immediately attacked by the Phoenix Society. We then put a bag over your head and then drag you to our Phoenix Society home.
Man, I can't catch a break
And
tonight.
it's a completely railroad encounter where you have to lose the fight. You don't get to win. You have to lose. This is.
So I reckon I could just take these here dice and shove them up my ass then for all
Is
intents
that
and purposes.
the die cinema? And your bags pulled away, and you're talking to a character whose name is literally General.
That's it.
No, that's his name. He's
Is
just
this
General.
Colonel Sanders as a vampire? He's
No,
Colonel
he's
Sanders
the
as a
Dollar
vampire.
General.
No.
Okay,
He's
so-
the general from the
Character I
car
had-
insurance commercials.
Yep.
Yeah, for a great role, let you get online. Go for save some time. And take a look at them. So take a look at the General. He is a Bruja, of course he is, and one Robin Leland is his sire. Kyle, you remember Robin Leland, right?
I vaguely recall he wasn't associated with DC, was he?
He is in the Dark Ages books, and then he is the fucking guy who sired Tyler.
Tyler.
You know,
Oh yeah, the guy that was responsible for that shit show.
yeah, for the Anarch Revolt.
Oh, yeah, fuck that guy.
So as it turns out, General here, demeanor rebel, comes over and talks to you with his 6 charisma, where why couldn't he have just talked to you instead of this bag and drag operation? I don't know. Gotta do things the hard way. And he says, listen here, that man Marcel will send you on a wild goose chase. He was gonna get you killed by someone like me, but I'm not gonna kill you. I'm actually on your side. I'm here to help you. Do you want me to help you? Yes,
you offer to
yes.
help
Of course
us?
you want my help. Well, I gotta tell you
I
here.
lost the plot about 5 scenes ago, so I reckon we'll take it.
The thing is, you can't learn about from me. You gotta find out for someone else. Because they all know me. I'm going to die if I tell you this. You gotta go talk to the Ratkin to find out this information. And then he proceeds to dip and leaves you behind.
The hell's a Ratkin?
The Ratkin. The Ratkin.
I ain't never heard of no
Shanny,
rat.
you're a Nosferatu. You know what the Ratkin are.
Absolutely.
Shay knows that. So Shanny, you know where to find a rat. Where can you find a rat?
I met Wolfman. I've met Gatorman, but I ain't never met no Ratman.
I've seen a
We're gonna
housefly.
have
I've
to
seen a dragonfly, but I ain't never seen no rat fly.
Well, now.
And then, so going into it, on your way to find the Ratkin, see, you go into a sewer, and of course you find the rats. Kyle, sing the song.
Rats!
You know the one.
We're the rat.
I'm very excited for this. It's the epic Germa reference. You get to go and you get to talk to these rats. Do the rats have stat blocks?
No.
No.
Not in this book.
No. Yeah, if you fight the rats, you die. Because of course, as Ratkin, we know retroactively that's a fight you will not win.
No, they hit
But-
pretty hard.
Yeah, they just they couldn't be bothered.
How do you commute with these rats? You
Uh,
gotta find what's going on here.
Classic,
you gotta do
classic universal greeting. Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong.
Yeah, you as a gang girl, you have advantage in this. and the rat can look at you and say, "Oh yes, yes, leech sucker, very good, yes, yes. Tell secret.
Got many secrets.
See, kidnapping for conspiracy secret. They feed people kidnapped, stolen to the elders. Yes.
well, that's disconcerting.
Do you know where we can find them? What do you want for them?
To find help. There's a man that we know, heard. He's living outside in Bayou Swamp. Goes by name Roxy.
Well, I guess we paying Roxy a visit then.
I reckon I'm just gonna, in exchange for this information, here is a sawn-off shotgun with the numbers filed off. Go do a crime.
Yeah. Oh yes, many crimes. And the rat can leave. There you go.
Well, I'm
It's not like I can use that damn thing anyway.
A nice, cordial, helpful encounter with the were-rats, right?
First time in history that the werewolves ever been kind to a vampire.
The rats specifically. And then afterwards, you gotta find out where's Roxy. So you go into the bayou. You go across. You get a riverboat with a fan on it, and then you gotta go across through the bayou to find out where Roxy is. Only for Macaulay to attack you. Incredible.
There are too many big
jumps out of the water.
things that are trying to kill us in this fucking city.
Don't worry, I know how to handle this. And I began slapping my foot into the water with just pull out a banjo because we already have a banjo for some reason. And I just began slapping the water. He throws a harmonica. He throws a harmonica to the Nosferatu inexplicably.
He pulls out a trumpet. He starts playing along with you. Princess and the Frog intensifies.
I got no pie.
And then after that, you finally find Roxy, and you find Roxy only for hear Roxy say, Roxy, I don't actually know anything. The person you actually want to talk to is Uriah.
Isn't that the guy that thinks he's like a werewolf or something? I saw him howling outside a dumpster last night.
Well, evidently he knows things.
So you get back on the boat, and you go all the way over to Uriah, and he says, hey, these guys, you're dealing with diablerie. It's a whole diablerie scheme. And there's only one man that can help you, says Uriah. That man, get ready for it, Kyle, is Samuel Haight. You gotta go talk to the hater.
Okay, where we find his hate guy?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you where you find him. He's not in a swamp, of course. You gotta get out of the swamp. We also got a full fucking Samuel Haight stat block in this too.
Why do they like him so much? The skin dancers are so dumb.
They don't. They don't. After they saw the reaction from Rage Across the Amazon and how he kind of jumped the boat and Chantry's, they were planning on killing him at this point.
And they should have.
He is all the way over at Jackson Inn. He just has a hotel room and he's just staying for the night in New Orleans. And you gotta go to his hotel and find him.
If you're wondering, for those curious about the lore, Samuel is here because he wants to learn how to gain more vampiric power than just eating blood. He basically wants to transcend ghouldom and gain all the powers of a discipline. And then he realizes that the only way to do that is to be embraced. And he didn't want to lose his potential to learn magic because he had a partially awakened avatar because of that staff. That's why he's here. He's basically trying to figure out what the cost of being a vampire is for those curious.
It's called a soul, and I don't think you can trade with anybody else.
So he's talking with Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, you go ahead. You leave the swamp.
Oh, I can
all the way
give you
back
vampire.
over to the city.
I can give you vampire
Jackson
powers,
Inn.
but I will warn
you. Go ahead.
I will warn you, Mr. Hay. If you do take this power, your soul belongs to the other side. My friends are not very willing to give that up.
I'm a royal too, my mother's side.
You go ahead. You go into the Jackson Inn bar. You find that Samuel Haight is actually at the bar of the hotel. For the sake of the story, the hotel has a bar. And there he is.
A lot of hotels do.
Let's go ahead and walk over there. He's saying, "Hey, are you a vampire? One of you three, you look like vampires to me."
And
he says with the fangs and the random claws.
Yeah. He has a glass of liquor in one hand. He's got a magic tree branch in the other hand. With a one eye patch, snarling teeth. He looks at you, one squinted eye. He looks over at you. What generation are you guys? How high up in generation are you?
I mean, we're in a bar.
Dude, I don't even know.
Don't worry.
Shoot,
don't worry about
my. Told me how old he was.
I'm a magic man. People can understand the words I'm saying. Only you can understand what I'm saying. You see, I'm also a wizard because there's magic tree branch in my hand.
Oh,
don't worry about it.
My head's hurting more than learning about rat man existing.
Let's see, for sake of our attention, and we understand there's a big scheme of handing off other folks. I guess like 11, us to more
maybe 12.
Folks
I don't
like
know.
us.
I never said shit about that.
Look at it. That Nosferatu isn't high generation either, is she?
None of
I don't
us
think
are.
she
We
is.
just got here.
Never mind. I was going to ask one of you to embrace me, but never mind. You're not high enough generation.
Well, tell
We'll
you
get embraced
what,
by an
if you
elder.
help us with this, we can bring you somebody who is. Sound good?
But I'll tell you who the guy you're looking for is. You see, I was doing a little divination, and I knew you guys were going to come to me asking about this guy that's been trafficking vampires and getting them fed to elders. I already know the name of the guy. His name is Raymond. That's the guy you want to find.
Man, it's just been one person
Drink
after
reveal.
another.
It really is just we go to point B, get information. Then we go to point C and get more information. And then we go
This
to point
feels
D,
like such a
and then we go to
fucking
point
Grand
E,
Theft Auto
and then
campaign
F.
mission.
This is game design back in the day.
This feels almost exactly like I can't really say mystery box because you do learn the mysteries, so it's better than some writing at least.
Yep. And then after this messy
This is
conversation,
the most flagrant railroad I've ever seen, though.
it really is. It really is.
There is no
Holy
variation
shit.
in this gameplay whatsoever.
Look, I'm scheduled. I actually scheduled an appointment to meet with Raymond at 4 a.m. He's going to be at this parking lot in the French Quarter and driving a black Corvette, the engine running. Go there, find him there, and then just say that you're here on my behalf, and then you jump him. Sound good?
Yeah, I assume you want us to keep him alive for you so you can tear him up?
Well, actually, I don't have any dog in this fight. I'm just here for the party. He goes ahead, he turns back, enjoys his drink, and he's just here for carnival.
Okay.
As it turns out, Sam I Hate does just like to get down and party every once in a while.
See, he's just like you, gamer. He's just
as
like
mentioned,
Yeah.
so for the role-playing notes for Samuel, as you've become more powerful, you've become aware that your time on Earth is limited. You have begun to seek immortality, and to that end, you have sought out vampires.
That, along with his powers too, Kylie's got Correspondence 3, Entropy 3, Forces 3, Life 2, Matter 3, Prime 2, and Spirit 4. With a ret score of 4.
He sounds like he sucks.
Also, keep in mind
this
he can
man-
turn into a Krynos form.
He can, and he no longer needs a mirror to step sideways. He can just do it whenever he needs to.
Also, he has Thaumaturgy 3.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
he's
The
a
fun thing,
Mary Sue
and-
and I don't like him.
And say it with me, movement of mind, lure of flames, weather control.
No, I didn't
And Spirit
say it
Thaumaturgy.
because they added Spirit. That's why I didn't say it. They did remember to give him Spirit Thaumaturgy at least.
He's got one unique thing, and that's it. And then
He also has a
just
ward
about
against lupines.
And then every gift he has is Black Spell Dancer ward gift.
Yeah, they didn't really care.
And then you go to the parking deck, and Raymond sees you there. Raymond sees you and says, "You're not Samuel Hate." And then the car chase begins. Who has points to drive?
Me, because I can drive.
Who
a
has
truck
points to
pretty
drive?
darn good.
Give me a dexterity and drive check.
I'm gonna burn willpower
Let's
and
go
make
ahead and
sure we
chase after
win.
this guy. Just go ahead. You do that. You had this big damn James Bond chase with him. And you chase him all the way to a large abandoned warehouse with all the windows locked and all the doors are locked. And you drive through the door. Raymond drives in. You chase this man for an actual hour. It is 5 a.m. by the time you catch him.
All right.
That's
so
a
we
lot
gotta,
of time to be in a car.
We got to drag him
chase.
back to a coterie since we're running out of moonlight.
And after that,
Or drive him back to a Hayden.
Well, here's my question.
and then
Since this is New Orleans
You
in
go
the
ahead, you
middle of the night, how the fuck are you driving everywhere? Like even without all the bollards blocking stuff, like traffic in these cities suck. This is the most slow car
Has to
chase
be
I've
cool.
ever envisioned. Like I'm envisioning like 5 miles an hour.
yeah, he goes through this.
5 miles an hour
Yeah,
to move
but
like
both-
7 blocks.
Yeah, you're both driving these piece of shit cars that got smoke billowing out of the hoods, and you can only move 5 miles an hour in them.
You're driving through the
it
French
hit-
Quarter. You see like you see performers getting run over. Police just don't care.
Everybody's
You get on
just
the main
ragdolling us to
highway
get
and you're
hit.
stuck. You're stuck 3 miles an hour in traffic. Raymond's like 2 cars ahead of you, also like honking the horn desperately as you just stay in traffic for like 20 minutes.
As you finally bust in, you corner Raymond after he fails to fight you off. He will immediately speak. He'll immediately sing to you. He'll say, "Okay, I yield. We have 3 people for sale. They're going to be sold tomorrow night at 9 p.m. That's when the auction starts."
Thank you. Knock
there you
him
go.
out, hang him up outside.
You caught him. Let him die in the sun.
Yeah, fuck him.
And then after that, and then finally, and then that's the end of day 1. And then day 2 starts.
God, it keeps going.
That
What the
all
fuck?
took place within a single day.
That was one day. By the way,
then-
here's the other thing. Even if you succeed with Raymond, they highlight the mage, that mage guy is running it. So you're going to have to throw
Yeah.
down with a mage.
So,
If
so
things
after
are
you
bad
have,
enough, are not bad enough for the players, yeah.
you have 1 hour to find food and 1 hour to get your blood points and 1 hour to find a resting place.
Yeah,
That's how much time this is
sucks.
burnt.
And the next session literally has you fight a fucking mage because here's the thing, the big reveal. The human trafficking circle, the vampire trafficking circle is run by the mage who wants to study vampires.
Yes, as it turns out, it's all part of his studies. Mold, the Sons of Ether is
yes,
actually
my
evil, like I called
research.
it. And then, of course, you can imagine what happens after that. You crush Junction, you have a big damn boss fight with the natural wizard.
I don't think any of our characters would have won that fairly.
No.
And then
I'd have talked him down.
and then you come in, but the game does give you the option of whether or not you want to be a snitch and go to the New Orleans Strike Task Force to get them to bust it with you. So it's up to you if you want to do that, or is the glory just for you and you alone?
No,
Fuck that.
I'm a
hate my
vampire and
guts
I'm a
anyway.
Toreador. I'm not built for this. Let's get some reinforcements with guns.
Over the course of the night, Jethro learns that they fucking hate his clan for reasons he still doesn't understand at all, because no one explained to him that gangrels are seen as untouchables in the city. So no, screw that. Just send sick Carter on him. Who cares?
And also, Martin DeRoche is here as well. As he's over here having this massive fight with you. He survives, most likely. And then, to make sure that nobody finds out what he was doing, he casts a spell that blows up the entire auction house and destroys all the evidence with it. But Raymond is dead. What?
Translation. I can't be fucked to actually summarize this story well, so fuck you. Fuck you. You can't get any info out of this.
It's
because,
done. Bye. Don't worry
I'm
about
a
it.
bad storyteller.
And he blows it all up. And then Princess Marcel says, "Oh, well, that's what was happening? Okay, well, now you get a free boon from me. Just anything you want, and you can now stay in my city. Done." And then that's the game.
That's easy.
So,
Oh,
and
no,
the reward
they do mention the Sabat pack. Here's the thing. If your characters don't give a shit about the vampires being sent to the auction, Raymond magically can just spawn Sabat.
And you
He
can just
just
summon
spawns
Sabat from a
them.
portal. And then
He
if you don't deal with the
spawns
Sabat,
them.
that sets up your
This
next chronicle.
Awful. He then
And then,
calls them to the next auction. You
and
just
then the,
auto lose.
and then the very next page is an advertisement for Werewolf the Apocalypse. It was, if you want to know about the stat books you're supposed to be doing for the Ratkin and Macaulay, well, buy this book instead, and you'll find out through there.
That sounds appropriate.
Boom.
Also a hint of Wraith, the first draft.
And
Also, it reminds me of the one
And
time
that's
we
it,
saw
really.
like
That's-
a whole
that's
ass
the
Don't
end
run
of
home to mama.
Wasn't there like a whole
So-
ass advertisement for
So-
Samuel Hayes, a character at one point?
yeah,
They're also advertising The Blood Pit, Hero of the Pit, Nord.
The Blood Pit, which is a book that we'll probably never get to.
Oh yeah.
So, Shanny, that's your book for you. Yay.
What a
This book sucks.
thing.
It sucks.
I would say this book is peak 4.5 out of 10.
It's
not
3 out of
quite
5 for me. It's like considering it's not Berlin by Night. It's not that.
The
It's
reason,
not.
the
It's not,
reason I would say it's slightly below mid is just because the adventure is so railroady that it is a downgrade.
It just it
It's-
seems unfinished. There isn't a hook. There isn't a MacGuffin. There isn't anything
well,
to do.
well, sometimes with railroading campaigns, if the story is just entertaining enough, I don't mind if it's railroad.
I did have fun doing the "Don't throw me in the briar patch" routine.
Oh, it was fun.
Where if it feels like with the railroading stories, if it feels like I'm part of a movie and like the stuff I'm doing in the movie is cool, then I'm fine with it. But if it's getting to a point where you're controlling what I'm doing down to where I'm standing and what I'm allowed to say, then I have an issue.
You know what we should have done? We should have gone all Malkavian so we could do the Blues Brothers instead. We're on a mission from God.
That honestly would have
Head.
been really, really funny.
We're on a mission from God. God being the voices in your head, or the Nosferatu fucking gaslighting them into thinking that they're God.
Also would have been funny.
See, Shanny, what's your conclusion on this? Did you enjoy yourself? Think about that.
But the character,
Yep.
the story
characters are good,
kind of all.
but that's it.
Well, aren't you just supposed to use the module like as like a print, and you can make up your own? But yeah.
Well, but that's how you should treat these books. More like setting books than actual adventure modules, because how many people actually ran these adventure modules beginning and end?
Not me, certainly.
And how many of them just made up stuff?
You guys kept bringing up Berlin by Night. Have you done a video about that? Haven't you?
Oh, we have. Yeah, we have.
Yes, we
have.
Okay,
well,
as it turns out, Kane was just in Berlin the entire time. I can't get over that. And also,
your coterie is getting attacked by a Macaulay, and then it just cuts for no reason to Berlin, where Kane is just drinking a lager the size of his head.
Yeah,
he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's Kane.
So, Kyle, imagine this.
Yes.
I run New Orleans by Night. We do the same hate scene. I then end that part of the game by keep the game going. I then give you appointed allies on your character sheet. You ask me what is this? I say Samuel Hate is now your ally.
I will never call him ever.
In the pack. Oh, no, but what you should do before then, run Valkenburg Foundation, and then have them gain enemies based on the pack of Guru you played in Valkenburg. Because now that you're an ally of Sam, they're going to go after you to get to him.
Jesus.
Samuel Hate calls you, Colin, and says, "Hey, are you free for a plane trip to Mexico City? I got something that needs to be done there."
No, click.
He uses the World Tree branch to teleport you there anyway.
He can, and I will be happy about it.
It's slightly cracking apart, ominously glowing.
See, Mama didn't raise no quitter, but she also didn't raise but she did reign a complainer. Like, I'll get it done, but you're gonna hear about it the whole time.
I found out a guy here called Nurgle. I want to diabolize him.
Well, yeah, because it's a 40K reference.
That's the whole plan. That's the plan.
It's just
also we're gonna need to take a passport to Jerusalem for no reason.
And how many days? In a month, we will do Chaos Factor as an episode, and we'll finally be done with the hate.
Thank goodness.
We'll finally be done.
Oh, did you do Skinner? Did you do the Skinner adventure in Werewolf 20th?
No, because it's not what we're talking about.
It's 20th edition. Don't worry about it.
It's 20th edition. Yeah. Then
because he comes back.
I mean, if the audience demand is enough for it, if there's enough audience demand for it, like leave comment and subscribe if you want us to do a Skinner episode.
And we'll grit our teeth
if
and
you
claw
want to
through
try
it.
To save Minotaur from being corrupted by Tick. Don't you want to save Minotaur from Tick's machinations?
You gotta save Tick.
No, the opposite. You want to save Minotaur.
And the next episode that we're doing on March 1st is Sons of Ether.
So that's going to be
incredible.
Doozy.
Yeah. We get to go into it. We get to talk about eugenics and a health-based tonic for your baby that includes mercury.
I'm sure that's good for you.
Iteration X is not going to like that one either.
Nope. No. All right.
Warning, if there's technical issues, you know who's behind it.
We know who's filling with the aux cord.
Yep.
All right. That's it. It's not the Ethernet cable jacking for this game. We're done. We're out of episode. We have nothing left to talk about.
Yep. Fuck this book.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.
There it is. All the energy is gone. GN, get the fuck out of here.